Stone Slammer en la zona lateral. Luchadora que todavía tiene su disco. La reina arquera que se resiste a caer abatida. No quiere ayudar a sus compañeros globos a poder batir y conseguir las 3 estrellas. Buena habilidad del centinela. Stone Slammer que avanza. Esto tiene muy buena pinta, señoras y señores. Esto es pleno de Rigo Torres. Pero vamos allá, Tompi. ¡Qué remontada se acaba de marcar el jugador mexicano que materializa la hazaña! Increíble.
Roar Rocket Blues down to support the Queen. I don't think he makes it. I don't think he makes it. He puts in the Rocket Blues to try to drive the Queen through the walls into the multi-inferno, but time is ticking away and he doesn't have any cleanup in this left-hand side of the base. Oh my god, Kadil! He goes in with an untested strat. Maybe it's tested inside of his clan, but not tested widely throughout the meta, and it is going to be a time fail. And if he doesn't cross 90% here, wait, he's got it. Wait, 90? What? The Inferno didn't go down! 91! They got it. 91!
But these multis are going to be a bit of a problem if he can't get into it. Warden ability is going to fail out. Air sweepers are pushing back. He's getting some resistance in this one. There's the clone. Ooh. That was perfect. Yeah. Excuse me. Forget clone Yetis. Those loons. Holy jeez. This is what the other teams are going to have to face off against.
Welcome to the second edition of the Queso Cup. I'm Carbon Finn, joined here with Itsu to bring you now the live group stages where these teams will be competing to eventually try to be getting a golden ticket. Itsu, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Really looking forward to those amazing matches we have today. But I think before we're jumping into all of the amazing attacks, into all of the action, we want to get started with taking a look at the format and how those teams got to this stage and what is still ahead of us when it comes down to the tournament, to the finals, because we have started with the Open Qualifiers, where overall there were 4 qualifiers with 16 teams overall qualifying. The next stage is different to the Queso Cup 1 Golden Edition, because the last time we had a Swiss system, this time we have a group stage, and that's where we are in today. The group stage means we have 4 groups of 4 teams each, but only 8 of those teams can qualify and get to the playoffs, where then they're playing in a double elimination bracket to win this golden ticket. And with that, Corbin, we should take a look at what those teams are fighting for.
Indeed, they're fighting for their share of the $50,000 prize pool and that coveted golden ticket coming with first place. And look at that. Out of the $50,000, $20,000 also going to first, and you're just making it into the top 8 is where you will start to make some money. This is the top 16, so if you don't make it in the top half, you will not be taking anything home, and that is quite a bit that they're fighting for, as there's been 2 golden tickets given away so far this year, as we have so many coming within the next month. It's gonna be absolutely incredible, but we've got the 16 teams that we will have to learn who is competing here.
That's right, and we can see all of those 16 teams on your screen, but let me explain first how those teams are structured on your screen. We see the qualifier number 1 on the top left with all of the 4 teams which made it in there with the, I think, seeding as well. Then qualifier number 2 and qualifier number 3 and 4 as well. So there's a lot of good teams, a lot of the community streamers covered all of those matches. Colin, I think it's going to be an incredible day because some of those teams are looking really hot right now. And I think it's going to be intense to see who's going to come out on top.
Indeed. Who's going to come out on top? Well, we saw the qualifiers, but this is the group. So you're wondering, well, now everything's different, right? Well, it's paired up. So, for example, let me walk you through. So qualifier number 1, we have the first team. Qualifier number 2, the second, and kind of it goes all the way through all the different groups where then they get matched. And this is your competition between all of the 16 teams. So only 2 from each group will be able to advance. So within, let's say, group 1, every single team will face each other, and the top 2 records overall will advance. And these are the teams here, then their groups that we have to pay attention to in terms of matches that will be coming for the wars. And talking about the wars, let's talk about which ones that we're going to be casting here today with the player cams, Itsu.
That's right. We have in Group 1 on the first time slot, we have Empire Gaming versus Tribe Gaming. I think that's going to be a super intense match because both teams are doing great in other tournaments at the moment as well. So they're now facing off for the ClashWorlds Championship. I think that's just going to be intense. The next match then, we're going to jump all the way to Group 4 then for that one, Carbon. MS Esports versus Bazinga. I mean, do we need to introduce those 2 teams? They are just... right here in the community for already quite some time. And then to finish things off, Strut versus Chessmate Gaming. I think those 3 matches are going to be incredible. And I cannot wait to see who is going to get those all-important points. Because as I said it, you want to get into the top 8. Otherwise, things are going to get tricky for you.
Indeed. You want to be the top 2 teams in each group to have a chance at advancing to the double elimination playoff bracket, and that's where things start to get really interesting. And like you talked about, those are the 3 matches we're going to be kicking off today, starting with Empire Gaming and Tribe Gaming. Both these teams have done incredible throughout the last few months, but also both are going to be going to Poland for another try for additional golden tickets. So with Empire Gaming coming out of North America and then Tribe coming out of EU, of Europe, they are really going to be showing off their sides, and they are really, really good. And really, it's going to be hard to kind of who's going to be taking this match. Itsu, both these teams, and we're talking about them, we've got the rosters here.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you can correct me on that one, but I think both teams were the number 1 seeds in their region, right? I think Tribe was...
Empire was second. So Chessmate was first. So yes.
Okay, so 2 teams who are really, really high in the standings, and as I said as well, the rosters are on your screen right now with Empire, Smoky Beer, Shadow, Matt, Jesus, and Old McDonald. So on the other side, though, we have the Tribe Gaming roster.
We do indeed, with Kronos, Axis, Nebrax, Rakirez, and Fluxy coming in. And you talked about these teams that were playing, and Tribe, who was playing in the Snapdragon Pro Series, who went 7-0, and it was an incredible run. But these are the qualifier stats through the Queso, through the qualifier results. 5-0 we saw from Empire. That is incredible. And I know they defeated, I believe it was like Strut, who pushed Strut into the 2nd overall spot in the first qualifiers. So Empire has not lost yet here in the Queso Cup. With Tribe being 4-1, still incredible. And we're looking at the stars. Look at that. 14 average stars out of all the wars that they've been doing. 97% destruction. Wow, that's incredible. Nebrax and Smoky Bear, both 5 for 5. We're going to have to keep our eyes on those 2 players.
Yeah, Tribe recently really, really on form when it comes down to the average stars. The only problem with this is obviously that as soon as you're having like this one match which is slipping through your fingers, you're going to have a bad day. So it's all about this consistency for those teams to really show up every single match, which is easier said than done. All of those teams on this bracket, I mean, all of those 16 teams are capable of 15-star wars. It's all coming down, though, to if they can actually make this work. And we have the first attack in Exorcist coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo. I think we're going to see this strategy quite a bit today. And starting things off against the ring base. That's interesting to see the ring coming back. And now we have to wait and see how strong this base can hold against this Queen Charge Lalo strategy.
Indeed, starts off with that blimp to help grab that Eagle Artillery. Also takes out the CC in terms of the Lava Hound. Well, going off to the Yeti a little bit, slowing this Queen up. We'll have to get through this Hound. It's dropping a minion towards this top side. Exorcist wants to be charging this Queen all the way in. We're noticing these walls. Look at them. Are near the Sweeper and the Royal Champion platform. There's an opening where the Queen could essentially kind of walk her way in towards the Town Hall. If he sets the funnel on the left, maybe with the King to help push her in there, as the poison spell is helping this Queen get through the Hound and taking his time, as we are just now getting under 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the most common questions from people who are not that deep into this competitive scene. Why are those walls open? Because it kind of seems like a huge mistake from the base builder, right? Because he doesn't even need wall breakers to get into the core and get into that that zone where he's getting access to all of those defense. But the reason is wall breakers do not work onto those compartments, which means the base builder most of the time can direct where the Queen goes. Now we have to wait. If the Queen is skipping that multi-Inferno tower, no, she's going for the Expo, and that means she should go next for the multi, and then further into the core with reaching the scatter as well.
And she's stepping her way straight for this Town Hall, going to be able to grab the beautiful value as he freezes up that multi and the Air Expo, moving his way around. The Royal Champion Warden ability goes off to take down that enemy Queen with ease, as his Queen just locks up the Town Hall right now.
Yeah, another Rage, keep pushing those loons through, but the Tornado Trap rotating a lot of those loons into the Town of Poison. That's not what you want to see. If you're the attacker at the moment, the Royal Champion, though, is inside the core as well. And there is the Tessa farm at the bottom side. I am not sure if that is going to work well. The Rage, though, is great to give this Royal Champ a lot of power to go into this bottom side. And all of those defensive bottom side are one shot to the Royal Champ ability.
Yes.
But now it's coming down to the Queen because, Carbon, time is ticking as well.
Time is ticking. This Queen needs to make her way around. She's going to have to go through a wall, and this might just be a time fail here as the ability goes off. And these Teslas are standing in the bottom side. The Lalo got taken out really quickly. I'm wondering if it necessarily was an early ward in Eternal Tome that could have cost him, as this Queen needs to loop her way through with some archers to help. 10 seconds, this Queen! Come on, Queen, you need to go faster! Oh, no! No, is this going to be a time fail for Exorcist? The minions headhunters are trying it! Yes, it's a 97%! He falls short! And that could cost you if Empire Gaming triple all their hits. But, you know, it's going to be hard on defense with the pressure on the line. You're going to be taking out every single team in your group. But that is that's a difficult start there for Tribe with the time fail.
Yeah, I feel like with Queen Charge Lalo or a lot of different of those Queen Charge strategies, Queen Charge Hybrid the same. Yeah. One of the big questions is always, where do you start your second phase? Where do you start your Lalo? Where do you start your Hybrid, for example? And I think for this one, from our perspective, which is way easier than for the players, but I feel like from our perspective, from the bottom side, right into that multi-Inferno tower and pushing the Queen to the top side out of the Town of Poison would have been the right move, most likely, but it's always kind of tricky to see in the attack. You want to support the Queen, then try to prevent the time fail, which you have just seen. So it's tricky, but there is the defense now for Empire Gaming, and even though it's a really high percentage, I think every single base builder right now in the competitive scene would be happy about a defense like that. So Empire looking good, but now they need to make sure that they're converting this, I want to say lead, but they need to make sure that they're converting this into a lead and getting the 3-star on their own.
Yeah, with Spags having this Warden walk off to the right, going to come in with the Super Witches. We have a Queen and a Royal Champion, the symmetrical base here on each side, near the top side, all the way around, all the way from the opposite side of this Town Hall of Rukira is trying to defend. It's going to take some time for this Warden to get this value, as this Air Expo on the Warden is going to be a little annoying, but the Super Witches are down within just after 30 seconds in this raid.
And there's the freeze to make sure that the Warden is not taking any more damage from the Expo, which you mentioned, because with that, the Eaters can switch. The Eaters can switch to the Super Witches. And now, I have to say, I have no clue if this is going to look good or not, because the Witches might go to the top side, they might get to the bottom side. They can reach, I mean, they're ranged, right? So they're ranged, they can reach the Royal Champ platform, everything. And I'm not really sure if all of them are going to jump in because this one witch is stealing all of the healers.
No. All the healers going with that witch, not going into the core to help protect as the Hound is going to be slowing these witches down, forces the Warden ability. The multi-target Inferno locking onto all these witches as he's making his way through the core with the Siege Barracks opening up with the Hawks coming out. No King ability anymore here as he's going to try to path his way in towards that Town Hall. But the one witch on the outside still has this Royal Champion to use. Oh.
Yeah, he's now trying to support the witch, it seems like, with that Royal Champion, because he says, okay, with all of those rages which I have left with the invisibility spell and the freeze, he's feeling comfortable.
Queen, what are you doing? Just go for the wall!
Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
My. No. Queen, there's a jump! RC needs to help clear this. Okay, the Invis helps reroute the Queen back to the Town Hall. Oh my. Wow. And all the witches are gone. Look at that. Oh.
All of the witches are gone. Red mines are coming in as well now because they tend to be behind the Town Hall. But can he still make this work? That would be an incredible comeback. I feel like he knows as well that this attack was really unfortunate. Royal Champion seems like to die out, and especially the Town Hall Poison might not take down the Queen, but just the slowdown of the attack speed is a really big problem because time, again, this might now be the second attack where time is the final issue for the attacker, but that was so unfortunate.
Yeah, he's going to fall short, and Tribe will take the lead here in this match. Looks like it's just going to be the time fail. And obviously, when you run with Super Witches, they are at a big risk of time failing. But he started the attack pretty early, within just 30 seconds of doing a small Warden walk. But you mentioned that Royal Champion platform, due to the range of the Super Witches being able to reach over the wall, caused the issue of them walking and losing the healers in the core of the base.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for him with the healers transitioning to this one witch which got to the outside. But yeah, we have talked about it. If you're getting a defense, you need to convert this in a 3-star on your own, because now even though Tribe Gaming have started with this 2-star, well, Empire Gaming was not able to get their 3-star on their own, so the percentage lead is actually in favor of Tribe Gaming, but still anything can happen. I mean, we know those, right? Especially, I feel like a lot of those matches are getting decided with the last couple of attacks. Maybe, I don't know, people are getting less concentrated or something like that, but we have the next attack in, and again a ring base, and that's really cool to see that we see every single qualifier, like different metas, I want to say, where people are, like, the teams more likely are like deciding, okay, right now people are maybe not that used to attack ring bases, maybe not that used to attack box bases, maybe attack 3-star bases, totally up to what they are guessing. But the king, wait, I'm just blind. I thought the giant would be the king. Never mind, the king is in, and the lockdown just starting as well.
Yeah, the King's going in with the wall. Actually, Wall Wrecker is going in all the way to this Town Hall. And we can look at what the value that he got with his Lightning, because it looks to be a symmetrical base, as he's missing the Sweeper, the Scatter, Bomb Tower, and a multi-target Inferno. So helping to set a funnel on one side. Wall Wrecker's going in towards this Town Hall, which can take up the multi-target Inferno, and then also have maybe Sneaky Goblins or something grab this Town Hall, as this Queen is looping around, and he still has a Lalo to come in. And the value so far, with 2 freezes and 2 haste to use, there's a lot of value that he could be able to use around. Does he have to use a Ward ability until later in this raid to help protect these balloons? But the Town Hall needs to go down, and it does with the Sneaky Goblins.
And this feels so strange to me. I mean, he is playing a hero dive, right? Like, whether your heroes are kind of supposed to get value and then they're, like, ready to die. But this Queen is still alive, and she's has her ability. She can reach pretty much all of this. Another freeze onto the backhand with the haze. And Rakira is showing off why Lalo is so strong at the moment. Especially if you do like those out-of-the-box plans, I want to say, with the Wallraker. That was just genius. Getting the Inferno Tower with the Wallraker damage. I mean, that was just the Wallraker just driving against the Inferno Tower and just taking it down.
Just insane the value that he got, and a Wall Wrecker like you mentioned, made its way all the way through, deciding not to go with the log launcher, because also, if you go with the wall wrecker, you won't have to worry about activating the town hall too early with the logs, as you just work your way through, because that's the one downside sometimes with a log launcher, is it will activate a town hall early. Plus, the health does tick away, where a wall wrecker, it doesn't. So it'll go all the way until it gets opened or reaches the town hall. So beautiful value from Rakira's right there. And now Empire Gaming will have to look to triple to answer to keep this war tied on stars.
Yeah, that's right. They have to now 3-star to not let this match get out of the hands. We have seen the average stars in the beginning from Tribe Gaming. So if they're going with the average, they are not going to fail anymore with this match. And, Empire really needs to triple out to hopefully have a chance with hoping for another defense in this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what the ring bases are for, right? Like, if there is a fail on a ring base most of the time, it's not the highest percentage. So there's always a comeback possibility. And, well, Empire, I'm not really sure yet about the Super Witches. Let's see what they're bringing in next, if there's going to be again Super Witches or some other approaches. And if Tribe Gaming keeps sticking to the box bases.
Yeah, we'll have to see the type of bases that Tribe is going to be bringing, as the small things. You have a healer transfer, and, you know, it's like you want to hit the base again, right, to see if the one small mistake was the biggest difference. And that's what it takes. That's what I like to do, is when I fail, especially like in the Clan War Leagues, things like that, is to try to build the base and then try to fix the attack. Then you learn that you drop the troop one tile to the left or right, and that would have made all the difference. And let's see if Old McDonald has what it takes with the drag back. Oh, wait, okay. We got 26 sneakies. Okay, we've got kind of coined by like the Soem with the Dragon Riders, as the bats will be able to help move around. But I'm looking here, as we got one multi in the middle next to that CC. We have 2 Wizard Towers by the Eagle Artillery with 2 single target Inferno. So bats can do some nice work against the singles, but he's investing so many sneaky goblins to get this town hall down.
Yeah, and one thing which I think looks really, really funny are all of those builder huts behind the town hall. I'm looking forward if there's any chance for the builder. Take a look at that. All of the 4 builders. Oh! No, there was one small bomb. The builders are coming back. Can those nerfed sneaky goblins take the town hall down? Yes, indeed. The town hall is down.
And
the
tornado
is actually getting triggered. That's a lot of value. Now the heroes need to get the value, because the log launcher, everything is down, and the heroes are now on a roll and try to take down as much splash as possible.
Oh yeah, the log launcher launches all those skellies that came over. And the nice thing when you pull an early tornado is you don't have to worry about, let's say, your world champion or something else triggering it, because the tornado trap is such a pain if you pull it. And the bats that go into it and absolutely smashes your bats up. But the Warden ability protects through the double giant bomb as he makes his way in towards this multi-target Inferno. Getting some nice value as the Dragon Riders are going to have that path to the bottom side towards that scatter shot.
Yeah, the Dragon Riders are in with that Royal Gem together. Double Blackman actually doing quite a bit of damage, but at this point it's all about taking down the splash. And if you take care of the scatter and the wood tower on the right side, this means there's only 2 splash sources left, which is the scatter and the wizard tower on the left side. And he can freeze both together. He has like 4 freezes left, so things are not looking too bad. And there we go with the bats onto the scatter, onto the wizard tower. But the Dragon Riders are struggling quite a bit versus the Inferno tower.
Yeah, the bats take that wizard tower and scatter shot down super easily as he continues to freeze around, has 1 additional freeze to use, and look at these bats. Going to absolutely crush their way through. They're going to be able to make their way to the builder huts. Take those down. You can builder huts do a lot of work to your bats, a lot more than you may think. So he decides to use the freeze, as time can always be an issue. So you want to make sure you're tripling these bases as fast as possible. As we have the wizard, the bats clearing, the defending king will go down super quick to these bats, and then the storages will eventually go down. See, this is the area, like, if the Dragon Riders flew in, or minions, that would have pulled the tornado trap, and then those bats would have all been taken out. But he doesn't have to worry here. McDonald with a beautiful attack, tripling Fluxy's base here.
And what a beautiful attack this was, especially with so many sneaky goblins. We have to remember there was a small nerf to the sneaky goblins, so they got a bit weaker with the damage. So sometimes it gets a bit trickier when you want to dive for that town hall. We don't see those sneaky goblins for the town hall anymore as often as we have seen before that change. So cool to see it kind of being back in the meta, and especially that he was fine investing, I think it was 26 sneaky goblins.
Yeah.
And still is like smashing the base like that. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It is. It's crazy indeed, the value that he was able to get. But if you see on the screen at the very bottom, that's the ticker of all the other scores going on right now because the teams are playing. We've got all the group stage matches. So I'm going to be keeping my eye down there as we're noticing some a lot of triples coming in across the board. But we've got now Kronos here for a Tribe trying to take down Spag's base with the Zap. Lalo does take down the Inferno tower as the balloons to the bottom can also set an additional funnel, looks like, as he wants to path his way with his heroes straight in towards the Seagull Artillery. And he looks to be going with a wall wrecker as well. Oh, Tribe is coming out with some wall wreckers now.
That is interesting to see the wall wrecker kind of coming back for those ring bases. And I mean, it makes sense because the blimp is most of the time baited, because as soon as you're getting a blimp close to the town hall and those ring bases, the bases most of the time do not have that much fun. So it is reasonable that they're choosing then ground, because I mean, spring traps, this siege doesn't care about spring traps. So yeah, it's a really good choice. And the siege is running inside, triggering a couple of traps, and that means the town hall should be down with those goblins most likely.
And the goblins come out, minions, and there's the rest of the sneakies. All right, beautiful job. This should secure the town hall. And town hall goes down as now he's going to Lalo over the multi. He's going to try to wait on the Warden Eternal Tome. He has to haste to push him through as the Queen pops this hound now, as he's going to have to use the poison spell to help take care of all the lava pups with the Warden Eternal Tome now going off.
Yeah, he can drop the poison, maybe even for the Queen and the lava pups. That would be nice poison there. And now the haste at the back end. That poison had so much value. Another freeze. It just feels like those tanks are having more spells than we, right? Like, it is...
Right.
They have so many spells. It is crazy, and we can see the celebration from Kronos. He knows things are looking really good with so many loons alive, and this base is just done.
It is an absolute crush base here with another Zap Lalo. Tribe coming in and showing the strength of a Zap Lalo wall wrecker here into this match with back-to-back triples now. And Empire Gaming going to have to keep the triples coming in just to stay tight on stars, as they will be down on the percentage. Brilliant hit here. And if you're wondering what are the next matches to be covering here on this main broadcast, we're going to have MS Esports versus Bazinga next after this, and then Strut versus Chasmec Gaming. So we've got a little incredible matches to come, and all the other matches are going on as well at the same time. So it's just incredible just to see all these teams coming together, because out of the top 16 teams that are playing right now, only 8 of them will be advancing to the next stage in the double elimination playoffs.
Yeah, and take a look at that. I mean, I'm just going through the set at the bottom. Savage Esports, it seems like they're 0 out of 2 for the Strut. Strut's OP base building might be back. We see Space Station with another 6 stars, really nice. And MS Esports, who already have a golden ticket, are still in this. They're fighting for the prize money. So if they're going to win in the end, the golden ticket obviously is going to hand it to the next highest on the list. And a lot of great matches are happening in the background. And I mean, I want to see those Strut bases looking at the stats right there. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Holding one of those top teams back twice on defense is already a huge achievement. And now, well, the next attack on this one should be Empire again. And they fall behind in the first set of attacks, but now they need to make sure that they're keeping this match close and can hope for a comeback eventually to, well, challenge Tribe.
Indeed. And if you guys are wondering at the bottom now, then you can see Savage Esports versus Strut. Savage Esports, if you guys didn't know, is a team that recently got signed, which was absolute 0. So then you guys are probably wondering, oh, now you can kind of put things together as an incredible team. And it's great to see new teams coming into the scene and being signed. So congrats to Absolute Zero as the new name Savage Esports. So love to see what they can do here in the Queso Cup number 2, trying to be getting that golden ticket. But now we have Shadow coming in with a Zap Queen Charge Dragon Riders. Okay, with the lightning spells. When you invest the lightning spells, that means you don't have that much more to use onto your Queen Charge. So you have to be very careful in keeping her alive.
Yeah, and we have, I mean, I think that's the Stefan base because he likes, like typically we have seen in the earlier stages, like last year's, we have always seen air defense in the second row. Nowadays, to try to defend the Flamefinger, a lot of people are placing the mortar kind of like air defenses in earlier days. So I think that's something which he really likes to do. And another thing which we're seeing a lot of times from Tribe is a lot of those builder huts always protecting and covering the town hall, because we have seen recently the healing buff for the builder huts. They're healing now a little bit better, a little bit quicker, with more power, and that sometimes might be the difference if you can protect that town hall. At the same time, though, take a look at that Flamefinger, being like, I called it in one of my last videos, like another hero sometimes. Like, this thing is so strong in the right hands, and with that, Inferno Tower just gone.
With that Inferno going down, it's going to set up now the Dragon Riders to the top side. Going to go straight for the Eagle Artillery as the Queen is still going to be pathing her way to the bottom. Headhunters come through. Warden ability goes off, so these Headhunters will crush through this Raw Champion as he has the Headhunters. Now we're going to the Grand Warden into the Poison Spell sitting there as it tasks the farm a little bit. Pops up by the defending King as this Queen can continue her way around and eventually take out some of these sweepers. Or at least one of them goes down.
Yeah, but the Chain Trap is keeping things busy for a little bit. Are there any red mines? That's the question. Do the healers survive? For now, there is no red mines whatsoever. The Lava Hound, though, popped at the top at the Royal Champ, trying to deal with that. No poison left, though. The red mines are hitting now the Dragon Riders. And that Queen, I think she cannot reach that multi-Inferno Tower, so this means she has to go for the wall. But with the Rage left on the back end, I mean, the Dragon Riders getting taken care of, but I think with nearly 50 seconds and that Queen ability should be enough to finish off this base, or is it?
40 seconds, the Dragon Rider does go down, pulls a red air bomb to the healers, but that won't matter as the Ward needs to help get through this left side. He's got plenty of health with the Owl over there. Drops a few minions, Wizards onto the army camp, and he'll get it. He'll get this here. Shadow taking down Kronos' base. Beautiful job with the Zap Queen Charge Dragon Rider attack, and that Flame Flinger grabbing fantastic value and keeping pace with Tribe, putting the pressure on them, telling them you're going to have to keep tripling to stay in the lead.
Yes, that's what they have to do, but at the moment they are in the lead. That's the important thing. And we have only a couple of attacks left to change that in favor of Empire Gaming for them to get this comeback then. But at the moment, both teams like feeling really strong, struggled in the beginning, but now are feeling strong with facing those bases, have found their approach, because at the moment it feels like box base versus ring base. That's like the two different team approaches about this current base meta. And I mean, overall, I think both teams already getting a defense is not too bad overall. Percentage on the Triumph side, though, was a bit better for Exorcist in the first attack, but still, a lot of things can still happen because this match is so close.
It is close indeed, and it comes down to those small percentages, and that's where Tribe has the lead of their percentages in terms of they had higher percent with their time fail, as we're seeing Smokey Bear gonna try to have this interesting defense with that Town Hall again in the core of the space. Can Nebrax take it down with a blimp? He's got the invisibility, lands right in front of this multi-target Inferno and takes that down. He can also take down the but he does lure out the clan castle here.
But I think he's fine with that, but isn't that like a super popular normal Legend base? I'm just confused right now. I think I have hit this base many, many times in Legend. So Empire maybe just thinking, okay, maybe in the current meta just try to use bases which are familiar for some of those players, because some of the Tribe Gaming guys are pushing So maybe they have just seen how they attack this base, so trying to prevent that certain attack and bait that. That might be approach. We see now the troll test up. Barbarian King is now... I am not sure if the Barbarian King is going in where he is supposed to, but at the moment it seems like the Queen should get a lot of value within that channel. And then he has a lot of Lalo Town because he's not going to get that Lalo, I think. Or is he the
King's gonna... Oh, look at this. The King's gonna help force a bit of a funnel with the Lalo gonna try to push this Queen towards the Town Hall. The Ice Golem froze the scatter shot so that Queen can continue her way through, stepping in with the freeze coming down. And the Lalo is gonna have to now push this Queen into the core to help try to grab that Town Hall. And she does! She steps straight in! Wow.
Stepping in, I just got the information from Stefan in the chat. That's actually the base. Nebrox 1-starred in the qualifier versus Empire Gaming. So that was maybe just like, I don't know, like mental warfare over there. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But it seems like so far the base is not going to win round 2 because there is so many loons left. And you keep freezing those back-end defenses, invisibility spell to keep everything alive. The Queen by now already down, but the Royal Champ with the remaining loons are looking strong. Another invisibility spell to keep those troops alive.
Yep. He's continuing his way around. That Royal Champ is going to help a lot. Has one more minion to utilize, which he can use to distract on a Wizard Tower if he wants, but decides to drop it onto the Mortar as he's making his way around with the Grand Warden. 35 seconds left. The Ground Skelly's running off to the right. Time could be an issue here. Needs to take this air defense down. He does. Minions are going through. The Owl's going to help. Warden's taking out this Wizard Tower. The Splash is doing work here. He needs these balloons to stay up first damage, and they do. 17 seconds. They need to go off to the right. Needs to take down this Dark Elixir storage. Uh-oh, this is close. This is close. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. It's okay. The minions go to the... What? Oh! Did he get it? 5, 4, 3, and yes! Nabrex with the triple! Wow.
I mean, that base, well, 1 heart attack and 1 1-star. I think Nebrex is not looking too good versus that base, but getting the 3-star in the end, at least that's what they're looking for. The 3-star is there, and I think that's kind of cool with the background story that actually that base was used to get the win. I think at some point, I guess it was a win when Nebrex 1-star back then. So, really funny thing for them to rerun that base, to maybe bring them some struggle and planning or something. A really nice attack, and getting the 3-star on this one is really important because that means even if Empire Gaming is going to 3-star, Tribe is keeping that lead with the percentage, which makes it even more important for Empire now to 3-star to stay close. And we'll see another box base. I mean, it is really like the match from Ring versus Box.
It is, and look at this. We're seeing an invisibility spell for the Hound in order to fly over this air defense to ignore it. So the blimp goes a little bit deeper into this base, and it lands right into this compartment in front of the Queen, or on top over the Queen. Oh, and oh my goodness, the timing with the Queen. He needed the Queen to be taken out here. He makes them invisible again, and the Queen is right next to him. Wait, no! Oh, they get it! The final shot there! Oh, the Queen goes down. That's huge here.
Yeah, that's some great value. He had to invest this 1 extra additional invisibility spell to get the Lava Hound path like that. But otherwise, this looked really good value-wise. And one of the most important things I feel like with Blizzard is always getting underestimated is something which you do not take down building-wise, but you want to lure out the clan castle. That's a really important factor in a lot of those attacks. And take a look at that, Corbin. There's nearly no damage around that town hall, which means he can charge his Queen alone with just the Unicorn into the town hall while taking down the scatter with his King on the other side and the Royal Champ as well.
And the Ice Golem's going to help protect this Queen as she's going to make her way in towards the Town Hall. With the Royal Champion making her way in towards this Eagle Artillery. The Lalo's coming in the bottom side, finding a handful of Teslas all around the bottom as the Hound pops really early here. And the Queen's continue her path in toward the middle. or into the town hall essentially, as he pops that warden ability for the headhunters to go off to the enemy royal champion to help take that down, as the balloons need to path their way into the core, but the pathing is not ideal as they're going down fast with the scatter shot, multi, and a single still up. Oh, the RC ability like loops around to eventually grab that single. Is there enough with the hound still up here?
I mean, he has so many spells left. He has so many spells left, that's right. And there's literally only the X-Bow, really, which is at this point annoying. And the Warden is tanking it, so that's good news for him. Another freeze, and that should be still a 3-star.
Oh, wow.
It was a crazy comeback nearly from the base, but yeah, he's getting that 3-star in the end. Time is not going to be an issue. And that's, to me, always so impressive about those really good Blizzard Lalo attackers. They're starting so early with their Lalo. I mean, I would have been still concentrating on my queen to get that town. I would have been super scared, but he's already said, okay, guys, the queen is going to get that. I got that with the multitask. I can play the Lalo and take care of that queen at the same time. He did it. Really great attack, and that means Empire is staying close to Tribe. Exactly what they had to do. And this match is staying close to the last 2 attacks of the match.
It is. It's coming down now to these final set of attacks, 1 for each team. If Tribe triples, they win. It's easy as that. But if they do not, then Empire Gaming will have a chance, right? But it also will come down to percentages, because if Tribe doesn't triple and they get a low percent, Empire can still win off of percent, but they would have to get quite a bit higher than them in order to have that advantage. So it's going to be coming down. We'll be taking a look at it in just a bit, but I'm wondering, also curious about what the other scores for the other matches are going in. But okay, we got the ticker at the bottom, so we can take a look here as we have Strut, perfect so far, with it looks to be the defenses against Savage Esports. War and Glory's coming in against Space Station, and Space Station's perfect so far. We're looking, they have the 9 stars, but wow, okay. And then we have it all tied up on stars with Bittertrot and MS Esports. Oh, man, we've got some matches on our hands, but now it's Fluxy's turn. Can Fluxy clutch this up with some Super Bowlers?
Okay, that's new. I mean, I would have not expected Fluxy to use Super Bowlers, but looking forward to see how he's approaching this, how he's playing this out. And we have the minions supporting and helping the Warden just a little bit. Never mind, the minion is dead, but the Warden should take care of that air defense, and then really soon, hopefully, if the time is not going to be affected, he's trying to do over the Warden. Is the Warden coming back? Yes, he is. And with that, the smash is unleashed, and starting this off with entering the base.
Yeah, and with that, King Siegebergs on the left can help set that funnel. Bowlers, our Super Bowlers, I should say, with the jump. Pekka making his way in. Ice Golem freezing this area. Freezing the enemy queen is really nice, as this Pekka is tanking quite a bit of damage, trying to help deal some additional damage here. But these Super Bowlers need to go into the core. Rocket Loom comes out, pops that Warden ability. Another Rage is down. Town Hall is not going down at the moment because the Hound is distracting this queen, but down it goes with the Bowler skips. And the multi also goes down. Is Brilliant Value as the Valkyries come out of the Siege Barracks now.
Yeah, but the Town of Poison really giving his troops in the core a rough time. I think all of those Super Bowlers are dead by now. So this is not going to be easy, because there is still 2 ground expos, a defending king and a defending warden on the back end. And that queen still needs to take care of the multi-inferno tower, because otherwise he cannot really place the skeleton spell, for example. Skeleton spell is now down.
Yep.
And this is going to get way closer.
We got a rage.
I believe.
The queen under rage? No. Wait. He's got Headhunter onto the defending king he can utilize. And look at this. There's the rage. There's a freeze. And it's looking good. The king of Vulture running around in Fluxy. And we talked about it. We saw at the very beginning what the average stars was from Tribe. And it was 14 stars. And they put that up right here. And Fluxy is helping Tribe win this first match against Empire, because they will have the percentage. Brilliant Super Bowler smash moving in towards this base, and Empire Gaming running a lot of ring bases, the anti-2-star designs, which just wasn't enough against Tribe.
No, it defended one time on a time fail, but otherwise Tribe was able to get most of those bases down. But now it's back to Empire to get maybe the nice place there to finish things off, because we have to remember,
Yeah.
those teams have to play multiple matches today.
True.
So you do not want to end up on a really bad attack or something and take that into the next match. It's all about as well, like the motivation and the mental state of the team with playing that many matches back to back, and that's really important. Might be even more important than a lot of viewers take into account. So that would be an important thing to finish this match on a high note at least.
Absolutely, because we have 2 more matches today after this, and then there's 3 matches tomorrow for the group stages to try to qualify for the double elimination playoffs, which will be next weekend. We've got a lot of stuff to come. So later today, which matches are we covering? Well, we have MS Esports versus Bazinga next. And then after that, we're going to have Strut versus Chazmac Gaming. So we got incredible teams coming in. And we've got 2 teams that, MS Esports and Bazinga, were playing in the Snapdragon Pro Series in EU against each other. So they've got a lot of experience. And then we have the 2 teams, we have NA, EU going head-to-head. So it's just going to be an incredible day. 2 more wars. And we're going to see. They're still going to be going for stars, right? They need to get triples because it could come down to an eventual tiebreaker at the end, as stars will definitely play a big role. So this is a very important attack still for Smokey Bear.
Yeah, and he as well going in with the Super Witches. That's really surprised to me that Empire Gaming is putting such a big focus on those Super Witches. I mean, we know Super Witches are still usable, but I feel like especially with the Super Bonus you have options which are incredibly strong as well. Now he is going in again with the jump, not funneling too crazy. I mean, he is relying on those Super Witches going in. And I mean, hopefully this time there's not one Super Witch stealing all of those healers.
Right? Yeah, that's the very unfortunate thing, as the Super Witch could steal a healer if he doesn't path his way in, as the King is now down in the army camp. Down it goes, forcing these Super Witches in towards his Eagle Artillery, as he does have another jump all the way into the core, as he's going to use a log launcher to open up this set of walls, as then the next jump can come for the Town Hall. As out comes the CC of archers, and look at the archers and headhunters getting just launched from the logs right there.
Yeah, they're just getting launched from the map. The second scatter, though, she has to go down. The one loon should at least deal a lot of damage to the scatter. Warden ability now, as he's entering in between the 2 multi-inferno towers to protect the lock launcher as well, to open all the way to the other side. Now the question is, what is the second jump for? Like, he can,
right?
I don't know, maybe try to jump next to the town hall, so he's like skipping the town of poison. Or he just did not think that the lock launcher would open that much. And again, the Super Witches are going away, or running away.
I mean, they're running away, but it's okay. It's actually good that they're running away here, because they're not going to walk straight over the Town Hall poison, as like you mentioned, the jump is there to potentially give the Queen access to jump away from the Town Hall poison. This is looking crushed. This is looking like a beautiful attack here. The Super Witch is the opposite side. And look at that. It all came down to the first set of attacks in this match that cost him. It's the time fails of that Super Witch from Spegs that unfortunately wasn't enough. If they tripled, they would have went perfect and would have beaten Tribe. But that's not what happened here, as our Empire Gaming are going to have to look to triple more of their matches to come in order to have a chance of being the top 2 in their group. But still, that is fantastic to still tie up Tribe 14-14 in this match. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to win this because of percentage, as Tribe Gaming is your winners in the first set of the matches here.
Yes, that's right. And you now have to think, like, every single time again and again, what would have happened if this one Super Witch in the first attack of Empire Gaming would have not stolen the healers? Like, would have been the attack an entire complete different story, or would have this been still maybe a fail? Like, who knows? But that is really, really, I feel like, one of the most important points of this match. And with that, we can see the only difference being the percentage in the end.
Yeah. 97 from Exorcist, 86 to Spegs. Both of those fails were time fails, and it was the, what was it, Queen Charge Lalo, I believe, that we saw from Exorcist, which he used a blimp like a Yeti blimp to help that queen charge into the core. It was just a little bit late with that Lalo, or maybe not a little bit late with the Lalo, but maybe early with the Warden Eternal Tome where he lost a lot of the balloons. And of course, like you mentioned for Spegs, it was the healers that transferred off the one Super Witch that went off on its own and cost him that attack. But it was still a brilliant war that we saw from both these two teams. And we're going to see these teams, many more, I'm sure, throughout the coming months. But we have some replays that we definitely want to be taking a look at. I think this first one here, we're going to take a look at is going to be Rikirez, where he used the wall wrecker, and that was to be able to help move in to help grab the multi-target Inferno. And look at the lightning here. As we are going to take a look at the opposite side, well, where the lightning came in, because it's a symmetrical base. And notice, it was the sweeper, the scatter shot, and the multi-target Inferno that went down, plus the bomb tower. Obviously, the bomb tower is not going to do too much with a Lalo attack, but it can help with funneling, it can help with pathing. But his heroes come in to the top side to help grab this Eagle Artillery. And then, after the fact, is the wall wrecker that goes in. That's going to be responsible for helping to take out this multi-target Inferno and move through this top side of the base. And look at this. He's just going to path his way around with his heroes. Headhunters come in to deal with the enemy heroes, which we have... It seemed like all of them. Because if you have all the heroes in the same spot, you don't have to worry about using Headhunters with a Lalo. And then you can wait as long as you possibly want with the Warden Eternal Tome, as this wall wrecker just casually makes its way in. You don't have to use a blimp to worry about sticking air mines or things like that. You don't have to worry about a log launcher opening up too early because of the health. And this makes it to the town hall, takes this down, and then the Lalo comes from the right side to move around the space. There's brilliant pathing in terms of moving his way around. The lightning got incredible value. Very smart to use that wall wrecker to go for the town hall, especially with sneaky goblins as well. And then look at how many troops, balloons, he has left up just to be able to haste his way around this base, clean up. That's the one thing with Lalo a lot of people forget is they drop their balloons, they drop everything, but they forget to drop their minions nice and early, and then they end up time failing. This was a brilliant hit here from Merceres of Tribe Game, which helped them win this match against Empire Game. We have 2 more matches to come, which you guys do not want to miss, which is going to be MS Esports versus Bazinga next, and then Strut versus Chazmac Gaming after that. But Itsu, what was your thought on this attack, and what was your thought overall seeing a couple wall wreckers in the attacks so far from Tribe?
I think it was a really good approach on countering the ring base, as we have touched on during the attack, with like not running the risk with the blimps kind of of catching like black mats or anything or running into baits, because there is no ground trap like a black man, for example. So that gives the Warraker then surprisingly more power, which they really nicely abused on those ring bases. But I think we have one more replay, not from this match, because as we have said earlier, with all of the stats running below, we have seen a lot of different matches. So I think we should touch on one of the other matches and jump into one of their attacks and see what was going on in those matches. And take a look at what strategies and especially what bases were used in that one. Because I feel like, again, as I said, Empire vs. Tribe felt like ring base versus box base, which I think was kind of funny, like seeing the different approaches from the two teams, base building wise, like defenses wise, going into this weekend, going into this specific match for sure. And I think actually it's going to be a replay from Nachua from MS Esports. So that's always a nice thing to watch. He's come up with crazy plans from time to time. So looking forward to then, as soon as we're ready, jumping into that one and take a look at what he's bringing to the table and how this attack turned out. But here we are ready. So let's take a look at the attack. We have a lot of different troops, okay? It's a lot of different troops. We have Hounds, we have Dragon Riders, we have a Yeti in the mix as well, and we have some Lightnings. The Queen is there to die for the Town Hall, to get the Town Hall out of the way nice and early, and then using the King for one of the flanking scattershot compartments. This one, he is choosing to go for the defending Queen, the defending scatter shot at the bottom side. He's going to use the Yeti for funneling then to make sure that there's more tanking. And the Yeti as well is dealing quite a bit of damage with those Yeti mites to take down even more defenses. Using skeleton spells as well because he has not started with a blizzard or anything else, which means he's having a lot of spells left remaining to tank for his heroes. This means the king is not taking as much damage. He's not running into the Tesla farm, which is good news for him because he can easily take down this entire compartment. And if things are going well, he might be even able to take down the multi-Inferno tower, which is even more. But it seems like at the moment the Royal Champ is not going to get that far. With that, the Royal Champ ability is getting forwards. He's taking a couple more defenses out and the sweeper as well to make sure that the Lalo is having a nice and easy way, especially on the back end, because he has to start into the multi-Inferno tower. That would be my guess, but at the same time, I want to see and wait what he's going with. Yep, that's right. He's starting the Lalo into the Eagle and then using the Dragon Riders to get the Eagle out of the way. Now you might ask yourself, why is he bringing the Dragon Riders? Why not just all Hounds and Loons? Like, why is the Dragon Riders in the mix? The reason being that he wants to deploy the Warden with the Headhunters, which means you want to combine the Headhunter and the Warden ability. That's exactly what he's doing to take down the defending Royal Champion. The problem is, though, if he would have started at the right side into the defending King, the King would have tanked the Headhunters. So instead he has to choose a different angle to deploy the Headhunters, and with that different angle, he's choosing to use a different angle for the Warden as well. This means, well, into a multi-Inferno tower, if you're sending Loons without the Warden aura, the extra HP, the multi-Inferno tower most of the time is going to win. So instead, he just chose to bring Dragon Riders, which are way better into multi-Inferno towers and dealing with those on their own without the Warden aura, and that was exactly the approach. And you can take a look at the crushed base after that, and that's how you really nicely do that attack. So MS Esports with the Nachoa coming in hot, getting a nice 3-star. So that happened in the other match, in one of the other matches.
Yeah, that was brilliant. What a great attack there from MS Esports. And the storyline with MS Esports is that they already have a golden ticket, right? So they can kind of relax in terms of they don't have as much stress as all the rest of the teams here competing, but they are still going for that prize pool because if they win first place, they'll get $20,000, right? That's what that's a nice chunk of change that they could take home, and obviously the golden ticket would go to the team below them if that was the case. But what I do want to bring up here is we sat down with these players and we asked them a couple questions. And the first set of questions that we'll be answering here from the players is we asked them how confident did they feel about making it this far into the Queso Cup.
Hello guys, I am Wum, the captain from Strut. I will be answering some questions. We were not confident, but it was for surely our goal to be in this stage, going through the qualifiers. I think it had to be done from our side, but we did not expect that we would qualify from the first qualifier already. I would have expected that we probably would have needed some more tries, but I'm so happy that we made it in the first stage.
Yeah, we've had a long season with, we had a lot of good, but also a lot of not so good. But every tournament we go into it with confidence that we're going to win it. So this one, making it through, was no surprise to us. We're happy to be here and looking forward to playing the opponents.
I would say so. It's always tough with an open qualifier. You never know what team you face, you never know what to expect. But overall, it took us 2 qualifiers and we're pleased to have arrived where we are.
We are very delighted to have made it to the Queso Cup group stage. This is a very big opportunity for us.
Yeah, we were pretty confident because since the start of the year we had a pretty good result. We get the qualification in the World Championship. We also got qualification in the first Queso Cup edition, so yes.
Well, looks like they were confident in making it here so far, and they are just glad to be and have the opportunity to compete. So it was great to get some insight into the players' minds. And we'll have more questions to answer from them later, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for that. But I heard we may be bringing up kind of the standings of how the other teams did it. If we bring that up, we'll be sure to let you know to kind of talk through that. But, oh, looks like we might have it ready, and there it is. Okay. So not all the stats are filled out just yet, but we're looking so far as we have Tribe with the win, which we just watched versus Empire. We have War and Glory who went down. It looks like to SG there. Was that a perfect to a 14-star war? Oh my, that would have been absolutely insane. 98% to War and Glory there. And then Strut, the perfect as well against Savage. Wow, we've had some incredible wars. They're all like super close.
Yeah, incredible scores from those teams. And seeing MS Esports falling versus Betatron, that's surprising. I mean, yes, you have mentioned already, MS Esports is going into this tournament with like only playing for the prize money, okay? But only, I mean that the golden ticket is like this one big thing all of those teams are looking for, because it does not only mean that you're first in this tournament, but it means as well that you're getting so much more with access to the ClashWorlds Championship, with already guaranteed more prize money just with making it to the next stage. So this golden ticket means just so much to all of those teams, and with MS Esports not that being on the line and they are fighting for the prize money, then it is I don't know, at this point they can maybe go a bit more relaxed about this than some of the other teams.
Yeah, they could definitely be a little bit more relaxed, but they definitely do want to win. But we're looking here, and we'll be keeping our eye on an SG, if you guys are wondering, versus War and Glory, Space Station Gaming there, as I just think maybe the name's too long. That's why they did a little abbreviation, because it would have been just way too much there. But Strut looking good so far against Savage Esports, which, if you're just tuning in and wondering who is Savage Esports, if you haven't heard of them, it's because it's a newly formed team signed, but they signed absolute zero. So Savage Esports is absolute zero right there. As the other scores will be coming in, we'll be sure to be letting you know there. But what we can do is now we can be getting ready for the next match, which is going to be MS Esports versus Bazinga. And MS Esports is going to have to look to win this match, because if you lose here, it's going to be really difficult to be in the top two. You can't afford to go 0-2 in the very first day of the competition. And we've got the rosters here. Leading it off with MS Esports, we've got your familiar names as it's coming in with Arium, Cynthia, Kingsman, Nachoa, and Elk. But Bazinga is one that's going to be an incredible lineup as well.
That's right. We have Dima, Ano, Patolino, Jose, and Hugo Stieglitz on that team. And, well, those two teams already have matched quite a lot recently. In different other tournaments as well. So both of those teams are knowing each other. We can see the average stats. I mean, just from the stats, it looks like MS Esports likes to time fail quite a lot, because they have a, like, compared to the other teams, only 12.8 stars on average, but 97% average destruction. That's a lot. That's really a lot.
It is.
And that means that they like to hit on a high percentage note, but sometimes they're just maybe too ambitious with their heroes and taking a lot too much time. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Average stars, as we saw from the previous war, Tribe had an average stars of 14 stars, and they got 14 stars. So they lived up to that average there. And now the question is, will these teams live up to these averages? If that's the case, Bazinga would be taking it. But MS Esports knows that they can't be putting up 12 stars. They need to put up 14 stars really to have a chance, as these teams are putting up close to perfect wars, just a few buildings shy of perfection many times. But these next set of matches, we're getting ready, as we're jumping straight into it with Elk coming in with some bats to provide a bit of a distraction for these balloons to just casually make their way in to grab the Archer Tower, the air defense, and this air expo here.
Oh, and with that, he's doing all of those
Wow.
scraps to make sure that this blimp is
Yeah.
actually reaching that town hall. That was
Wow.
a genius plan. Now the clan cast is coming out, and he can easily take that out because the Expo is gone, and there's not too much damage then on the Queen anymore. Poison, though, has to be dropped, and it is there. Double poison to make sure those rocket loons have no chance whatsoever. And then he is trying to push further into this multi-inferno tower and scatter and Queen compartment to get a lot of value.
I really like the use of those bats to be able to have that blimp be sure to make it towards that town hall. Not only take it down, but also lure out that clan castle as his queen's going to make his way to walk around. And the Royal Champion stepping in, grabs the multi. Going to use the invisibility spell so she can then step up for the single target Inferno. But no, she goes for the sweeper. Ignores the single, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal as the balloons could path their way back around as he already activated the tornado trap.
Yeah, and we have now the headhunters coming in. This time he has to go through the defending king with those headhunters and still trying to catch them inside the warden ability as soon as they're going there. No warden ability just yet. Warden ability for the second headhunter, which is coming in. And in the rage, he should easily take care of that defending royal champion.
And with the haste on, or in the freeze on the top scattershot, the Tesla farm's up there. Freezing it up yet again. Queen's ability going off. That Queen ability getting nice value, including the Grand Warden Altar. And yes, the value goes down. Brilliant job there as Alka's now going to push these balloons around to the top side and make his way in towards that single target Inferno. And this is looking good. He drops the haste now, moving his way through. Probably will be a handful of red air bombs over here, but he should have enough troops to finish this one off.
Yeah, 40 seconds left. I mean, the Warden, so many times, especially with the Owl together, can finish off those bait.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh, imagine there's more red air bombs. No. Whew. Wow. That's what I was scared of, was the red air bombs. Oh, that would have been devastating. Imagine all your balloons go down. Imagine some giant bombs come up and another red air bomb sneaks in, and that would have been a fail. It was the Lalo was trying to path his way around, but it got the 3-star at the end of the day there. Brilliant.
Yeah, really nice attack. Even though it was close with the red mines in the end, you have to say that. But really nice entry. I really like the entry with the idea of those bats combined with the loons, combined into the blimp. And that was a really, really cool opening from him with, I think this base did not expect, the base builder at least did not expect with that entry. And now it's back to Bazinga if they can as well for Ishtar, because we have seen how much an early lead can mean for those teams and how good they are in like pushing this all the way to the end. And there's always this I don't know if fear is the right word in the back of your mind if you're falling behind early, because especially in this heavy offensive meta, it's really hard to come back on this level. It's really, really hard to come back. We have seen the scores from all of the different teams. I think 13 stars was the lowest score, if I saw this right. We have seen 2 perfects already in the first round. So scores are pretty high. So those teams have to be ready for putting up those scores. Otherwise, they're going to fall short.
Indeed. They have to put up the high scores to have a chance here in this group stage, because if you're in the top 2 of your group, then you advance to the double elimination playoffs. As now Jose for Bazinga is coming in with another, we're seeing more Lalo, looking to be a Blizzard Lalo, but he's investing a Golem in this attack here as the balloons are finding a Tesla farm that will probably land early to grab the Scattershot and Queen. Well, I mean, he doesn't have a choice at this point, as the Seeking Air Mines definitely would have taken his blimp down.
Yeah, Super Wizards now are trying to get further into the base. There's the giant bomb and small bomb, but there's one Super Wizard which survived. Is he running out of the town? No, he's not running out of the invisibility spell. He's somehow in range, but he did not lure out the entire clan cast. And we have talked about that earlier. Luring out the clan cast is a really important thing for your Blizzard, because it gives you so much freedom of facing the clan castles on your own condition, not inside the base.
Yeah, with now that setting the funnel Gonna push this queen towards the town hall, dropping the baby dragon because of these additional Teslas that are over here on the left side, which are quite annoying as the Air Expo locks onto his queen now. And that's going to be very troublesome if this queen wants to step in for the town hall. So he's going to have to force the freeze onto the Air Expo to force his queen to try to get this town hall. Uh-oh. Another freeze! And he... Oh, no! It was a wasted freeze! Wow!
Oh no, where's the queen going now? The queen is at least going for that town hall. That is something important for him now. But that was a heavy investment. Royal Gem at the same time with the king at the top side. It's looking good though. But the clan cast now is coming out and there's one headhunter going for the Royal Champion. And with that, it might mean that the Royal Champion is not getting her ability off. Yes, she is. That was important. And with that, the scatter is going down.
Yeah, now the wall is coming into the Eagle Artillery to the top. Royal Champion grabbing the scatter. That multi-target Inferno in the middle is going to be annoying as the Hounds are trying to fly their way around. You have to time this Warden ability perfectly. He can protect... Oh, yes! He protects the Hound, which is going to move over this air defense, and that's going to be huge to keep the balloons protected in terms of tanking in this area a lot longer.
Yeah, the sweeper pushing everything to the outside. Frozen now. He has 2 more loons which he can send anywhere. Time is not looking too bad with the minions on the outside cleaning things up already. Are there any red mines? Yes, they are! Behind the tunnel with the trainer trap. And now he has to make sure that those loons from the top are getting that. But I feel like he's not too happy with seeing how this goes. Because Hound now going to the wrong defense. And now time is action issue.
Yeah. Time is an issue here. The Hound is flying over, but the 6 Inferno beams will just pick off everything. The balloon's death damage, that death damage. Remember, the Hound does do a little bit of damage when it pops, but he's not going to have the time anyways, as it's only a 93% 2-star. And because of all those free spells that he was forced to drop for his queen, cost him right there.
Yeah, it's always a huge risk having those areas behind the town hall on the back end of your Lalo, because you tend to not have your warden ability anymore at that point. Yeah. And so many people like to use those red mines behind the town hall at the moment because it prevents town hall charges. Because if you're charging the town hall, you're going to lose your healers to all of those red mines at some point then. At the same time, Lalo, if they're getting into the red mine farm, those loons are going to go down guaranteed. So this is always the risk. This is always the problem of facing those town hall powers on the back end. And now we have another Lalo, but this time around though, it is going to be a Queen George Lalo from Kingsman onto this base of Hugo.
Yeah. With the 5 healers, invisibility spell, you mentioned how to keep an eye out behind the town hall because there's a lot of red air bombs that could be there, but also there could be tornado traps. People like to put tornado traps behind the town halls for especially blimps in terms of you come with dragon type of attacks all the way on the opposite side to really spin the blimps up and mess it up. But he's got the rage of Yetis coming in to grab the Eagle, the Wizard Tower, the air defense, the cannon, this whole area right here, as he's forced to drop an early rage for his queen charge as she wants to loop her way into the scatter because there's a Tesla farm that also pops up there.
Yeah, poison now for the Rocket Loons and for the Super Minions. The Rocket Loons already lost their super ability with flying so quick, which means it's an easy job for the queen to take them out. Now this queen is going to get into that compartment. That Inferno Tower compartment looks so weird to me. Like, you can reach from the Inferno Tower compartment into the Expo, into the scatter, and it looks just so strange to me. But yeah, interesting layout right there. But the thing is still, where is going to be the wall break? There's the wall break going, or coming in. But right now, he is skipping the Expo, which is getting a problem, because at some point the healers are going to be targeted by that one.
That sweeper is quite annoying here. He could drop like... No, I was going to say he could drop a minion, but he can't because that Raw Champion is standing right there as we have a red air bomb that pops. Do we have more red air bombs in this section? Another wall break going to open up this Town Hall compartment. Raw Champion clears the enemy RC as his RC is continuing her way all the way into the middle, but he's already dealt with the Clan Castle, which is nice, but His queen might go to the Dark Elixir storage and not to the Town Hall necessarily here. Uh-oh. No, she walks out. Okay. There it is.
Inferno Tower is down as well, which means the queen is not having to face any problems whatsoever at this point. Lalo coming in really heavy from the 5 o'clock corner. And he can now send the headhunters with the vulnerability now into the space. Vulnerability is in. Black mines are getting blocked. The queen at the top side is still nice. And with a lot of hit points, queen ability really soon. And with that, the space just seems to be overpowered.
It is indeed the brilliant queen charge and perfect wall breakers to get that queen to continue her way to the tower. You would think that you charge the queen from the top and she's gonna stay up there and maybe make her way to the right, but no, just zigzags her way in and out of the base towards eventually finishing at the town hall. Kingsman with a brilliant attack here. The queen charge Lalo taking down Hugo's base. And this puts up the triple for MS Esports. Great job, great attack here. And it was just a brilliant charge from Kingsman to get all that value.
Yeah, that was a lot of value and really nice reaction with the Royal Champion. I don't think that this was planned with the Expo getting then targeted by the Royal Champ. So really nice on the fly reacting right there with sending the Royal Champ because he knows this Expo might be a problem otherwise later on. Yeah. And, well, now we're back to Bazinga, and it's looking kind of problematic for them, to be honest, with having already the deficit of the stars, and now they still have to 3-star to get this. At the same time, we're seeing the other results running through the bottom of our screen with a lot of 3-stars again. Next one is in, and that's going to be an Inferno Dragon attack from Patalino.
Yeah, Badalino with the lightning to help grab a sweeper, which typically helps, obviously, to go down so you don't have to worry about your troops getting pushed back as the skeletons pull a Tassel farm straight up as we got balloons, Dragon Riders, Inferno Dragon straight on in. The Eagle actually locks onto one of the Dragon Riders as he's going to make his way in. He's waiting on this Ward Internal Tome, not popping it just yet, because a lot of times we see a super early ability in these attacks here.
Yeah, and he just keeps delaying it for that blimp. As I said, it there's another blimp coming in. He tries to combine that in just a second to make sure this blimp is reaching the tunnel. There's the vulnerability blocking already a black mine. That blimp is flying across. Red mine triggered. Skeleton traps already. A lot of red bombs. And the trap bombs. So that's a lot of value for that blimp. Now, the only thing which has to go down is that town hall.
Town hall, town hall, town hall. And yes, the town hall even goes down. It was a brilliant blimp all the way through, soaking up, I think, 3 sinking air mines through that flight there. As now we have Inferno Dragons to the top, the Royal Champion to the bottom, and this is looking good. But he does lure out the Lava Hound, which is going to be a bit annoying here. And this RC is going to have to burn her ability. We'll be able to help take out or damage the single, takes out the Wizard Tower as he still has this Queen ability for the top side. But she's stuck in the behind the wall all the way up at 12 as he's trying to make his way through as this Hound's going to be annoying here. One Inferno Dragon drops the balloon onto the cannon. Uh-oh, wait a second. Let's see if it's going to be enough. It might not be.
Yeah, especially the lava pups now are going to be kind of problematic because there's no poison left. They're dealing a lot of damage when you do not have this poison to slow them down and take them out. So this is not looking too good for him because he needs that ability for the Royal Champion. The Queen, though, is staying alive for now. Can he keep that ability until to face the Royal Champion? That's the big question. Is there any giant bombs so
the
far?
Unicorn's
No,
gonna heal him up.
Unicorn.
Wow.
Unicorn is healing the Queen up again. 30
No
seconds. I mean,
he's waiting for the perfect time. There it could be. There indeed could be. But there's no tornado trap, so he doesn't have to worry about that. There could be Skellies too. Wait. Giant bomb, small bomb, giant bomb. Queen ability. Takes that down. Another giant bomb. Royal Champ goes down. And he gets it. Wow! He waits for the perfect time to pop that ability to clutch up the triple for Bazinga to stay close in this match. Whew! My goodness.
What a close attack this was, especially with all of the giant bombs popping up in the end. I mean, that's where you have to place them at the moment to defend a blizzard. Maybe even sneaky goblins for the town hall. So a lot of things are trying to get prevented with having so many traps around your town hall. Not only the red bombs, but as well for ground as well. And, well, that queen barely survived that, but she did survive with the help of the unicorn. So the unicorn being kind of that MVP. And, well...
Oh, my camera! No signal! let me fix that real quick. Oh, man, my camera's going crazy. But we'll take a look at... walk them through the format so far of this group stage.
Yeah, I mean, so far with this tournament, we have started with those open qualifiers. Overall, we had 4 of the qualifiers with every single time 4 teams making it with 4 qualifiers. This means we have 16 teams qualified after the stage. And then after that, we had the group stage. That's what we are in right now with 4 groups of 4 teams. And out of those 4 groups, only the top 2 can actually qualify to the next stage, to the playoffs. And that's what those teams are battling right now for. And Ochoa is in with a really cool Queen Charge Hog Rider. We don't see those too often, but it's always a pleasure to watch the Hog Riders going into those matches and getting played. Because, I mean, Lalo for sure is the more dominant strategy at the moment. So seeing Hog Riders is always a great pleasure.
Yeah, indeed. Having hogs is very nice to be able to use, but it can be very difficult to use because a lot of times what happens is the giant bombs and those spring traps are absolutely devastating to hogs if you're not able to protect them through warden abilities or heal spells. But the queen, she's going to make her way in towards the scatter. We have a Tesla farm near the defending king with the poison spell onto the super minions. As he's going to continue this push through. This is a lot of damage on this queen. If he can keep her alive without using her ability, that is going to be incredible value.
Yeah, the invisibility spell is keeping her alive for sure, but needs to be ready to place another rage and maybe another headhunter to face that defending king. There's the rage. The king is trying to get pushed into that defending town hall to take it down. So only this bottom side would be left alive to take with those Hog Riders. Tornado, oh my, that tornado trap nearly prevented the wall break. And now the next one is most likely going to go into the core, but the Hog Riders already starting around that eagle because time is ticking, but the town needs to go down first with the king.
Yeah, with that warden still, though, use his ability, not using it just yet, but the king should be able to take the town hall. He does. But these hogs, look at the giant bombs, small bombs moving his way through. The queen's continuing her charge. There's the heal towards the scatter. And he decides to freeze the scatter as well. It is a single target Inferno, which locks on the queen, which is going to force her ability here.
But there are so many traps against those Hog Riders. We have seen so many Hog Riders fly away already. More giant bombs are coming in. And that queen is now going to go down versus this Inferno Tower. But maybe the healers can now tank a little bit for that Royal Champ. But it does not look good for Ochoa with those Hog Riders.
Wow.
He has started from the eagle. I am not 100% sure. I feel like he kind of cut his queen off with that move. But not 100% sure. But it feels like this is not going to be enough. Because this one X-Bow just keep firing away. And it's going to defend this base for Dima.
Dima holding the defense here. That is exactly what Bazinga needs since they have failed their attack as well to keep them in it as they are going to be looking to 3-star to tie this war up on stars. But Ochoa is still getting the percentage. 93%. Not too bad here in terms of percentages. We've seen attacks that are a lot less, like in the 80s. Because if you get less than 90%, that is going to be very difficult to be holding at least an advantage when it comes to percentage if it comes down to a tie war, which we saw in the Tribe match, which was a 14-14 star war. The Tribe won on percent, so Bazinga is going to have to look to answer this one.
Yes, they have now the chance of making sure this match is staying way closer than it was before. They have the chance of getting back into this match, as you said, with the percentage then being only the difference maker. But before that, it's always easier said than done. We know the meta is really offensive heavy, but at the same time, 3 stars, you still have to get them first. You can always mess up small things, and it might cost you the 3-star, which is not what we're hoping for the next attack, because Otherwise, that match would be incredibly close again. So waiting now for the attack, and there we go. Bazinga is in with the... Wait, another Queen Charge Hog Rider. Okay, let's hope that this one is having more success than the other one. And we have, again, only one heal and a ton of rages.
A lot of rage spells. They're saying, you know, you guys use the hogs. You didn't get it. We will show you how it's done. Queen rage it up. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, I thought that Queen ability was going to go out there. But she avoids the scatter, though. Okay. Uh-oh.
Poison? What? Okay, it seems like things are getting out of control a little bit. I mean, the Queen at least is looking good at the moment. I am not really sure if that was planned to get the Queen into the channel, but either way, it's not looking too bad. I guess, I mean, I think he wanted to get the Queen into the scatter compartment and wanted to blimp the multi-inferno tower to get the Queen into the town hall. Because he has no wall breakers, so this Queen is kind of stuck now inside the core, even without her ability. So how is he going to approach that now with the town hall being not even close to the Queen? And he has to be really, really careful because, well, that Queen is not having any ability left.
Oh, no,
no
way! Wow! Oh, no. That is not good at all. That Queen avoids even trying to take out the town hall. You can see the wall opening there, which he was going to try to get the Queen to walk out and then back into the town hall, as that was the goal. But now, what's the plan? So you have to use these hogs to secure the town hall, as it hasn't even activated yet. Remember, the town hall only activates once it hits 51% as they're running around. And they actually might... Okay, there it is. The warden ability goes off. And there's the rage for the hogs, and the town hall should be going. There it is. Town hall secured the 2-star, but... Oh, that's going to put them down a lot of percentage now, as it doesn't look like it's getting too much.
Yeah, this dive did not get as much as he was hoping for, but at the same time, though, I mean, the rotation ability is still there. He has one Hog Rat who still plays. This is getting way further than I thought, because he has wizards behind his army. He can use the Royal Champ ability still to take down the Scatter and a couple of those Tesla. I don't think it's going to be enough for a 3-star, but considering that he lost his Queen like that, this is actually a really solid save.
Well, you know, I mean, this is getting higher percentage. I was like writing this one off instantly the moment that his Queen died and the hogs were having to be used on the town hall. But yeah, if that Queen took that town hall down, this base would have been absolutely crushed. It would have been a brilliant attack, but the Queen doing Queen things and walking on him, and that's a 93%. So he ties up what MS Esports just did on percentage, but they will still be down overall on percentage. So MS Esports is going to have the advantage on stars set right now, and that's a big lead going into the next set of attacks.
That's right, and if there's any chance, I would love to see the scores of the other matches, because remember, we can only show one of the matches at a time, so there's a lot of matches happening at the same time at the moment, and if there is any time, we can for sure check those stats out. But at the moment, this match right now is still staying close, with the lead though for MS Esports, and with that we can see out of the different stats, we see a lot of 3-stars, but one fail each. And now, how are the other matches looking?
Yeah, War and Glory is tied up right now. We've got MS Esports having the lead. That's the war that we're covering. And then Tribe is got 9. So they might be perfect so far. They might be 3 for 3. But the one and only Hogmaster himself is Cynthia is up next, as he is coming in with 38 Hog Riders. Doesn't want to do a Queen charge. He's just going in with the Flame Flinger to try to get the Town Hall, because he does have an Earthquake to use.
Yeah, and he's like, step aside, boys. I'm showing you now how to play that. And he is going for the triple Skelly Donut, Clan Castle, and 2 X-Bows. This is this is looking decent, I want to say.
I mean, Cynthia, how do you do this? And then now the Flame Flinger is going to grab the Town Hall. This is just... he just blows my mind how he's able to do this time in and time out. It's just always just seems like his Skelly donuts get the value that he wants. I don't... What?
The crazy thing about this is those plans, I mean, to some degree, they look kind of obvious when you watch the attack. I mean, if you watch the attack, kind of, yeah, I mean, you can take down those two expos, obviously, with the clan cars, no problem, activate the town hall. Like, this, when he's doing it, looks somewhat obvious, but at the same time, you would never ever get up or come up with those ideas on your own. This is so brilliant, and we can see obviously at the base, but had no clue how he should try to prevent that. But the town hall going down, the heroes at the bottom side getting nice value, some spring traps at the top side, but the heal spell is in to help those hog riders to get through that. But there's so many spring traps, but Carbon, there's even more hog riders.
There is a ton of hogs. 6 more to utilize as well. He can drop them into the bottom scatter shot to help take that down as he drops the heal leading in towards the eagle. But look at the hogs. A lot of them have disappeared here as he's trying to make his way through. The RC ability is forced as the eagle artillery is doing a lot of damage. More hogs come out of that flame flinger. But uh-oh, they're taking quite a bit of damage. They do find the tornado trap spinning around. Oh no. Oh no, wait a second. Does he have enough here with the...
Yeah, maybe I was wrong on that with the base builder. Might have seen something coming like this because there were so many traps in this top compartment. The miner onto the scatter, but time is being most likely the biggest factor in the end with that queen not being in range of that single Inferno tower. So, yeah. Wait, moment. Wait.
Oh,
I mean,
no
2,
way.
1. Oh my goodness. 99.9%.
Wow.
I mean, that was close.
Simply.
That was way closer than I thought in the end. I thought, okay, at some point, all of the hog riders were lost. You said it. They just disappeared after that compartment, even though I felt like the heal was good, but there were just too many spring traps. And, well, then the last building.
It's crazy that you could have that many hogs and all of a sudden they are just gone due to the amount of spring traps that they hit. And now that's 10 stars. So Bazinga with a triple can tie them up on stars. I'm looking at the bottom ticker to keep an eye on the other wars as Tribe's looking pretty good with 9. And I don't know if that means we have that 2 fails from their opponents there. So that could be some really solid defenses. But now Dima needs to answer with this Queen Charge Dragons. As this Queen is off to the right side, Super Wall breaks into the Arch Tower. And now Lightning coming in for the Sweepers. As he's waiting to and being very patient and finally now deploys his healers.
Yeah, the Queen trying to charge now into that scatter compartment. It looks like an already OP plan. The only thing which I'm kind of scared about this is this air defense at the bottom side. Because this air defense might be quite annoying. But he's having the rocket loon. Okay, so he saw that, making sure that there's no flanking damage. And at this point now, this is looking incredible because the pathing for the Town Hall looks awesome. Even the blimp value is looking great because if he's starting the dragons from the top side, he should be able to get the Town Hall and the Inferno Tower with the right Yeti blimp. So that's great value. And the pathing looks incredible as well with the Queen being able to clear out the entire compartment around the bottom side.
Yeah.
So OP plan, how it looks like, but heroes have to, like, the dragons now have to start to get a lot of value now in this well.
Yeah, that Queen gets a lot of value down here, which, if you take out the enemy king, that's also really nice because that means your dragons don't have to get stuck on the king, as now the dragon's coming in. The blimp all the way for the Town Hall flies across, drops another rage for his Queen, as this blimp is looking safe so far, pulling a handful of traps, more red air bombs, and then there is the tornado trap.
Yeah, there's the tornado trap. It rotates the troops into the storage. There was not a Yeti blimp in there. He's freezing to make sure the Town Hall is going down. And yes, indeed, the Town Hall is going down. Freezing the single Inferno Tower as well to make sure that those dragons do not have that many problems. But, I mean, all of those dragons just somehow disappeared And now this queen is having
Oh,
to
wow.
bite the rest of the world.
Yeah, those dragons, man, went down pretty quick as this queen unfortunately can't reach this multi-target Inferno unless she walks around into this opening here. RC ability goes off, skips through here. But wait a second, we still have a king ability. The World Champion's still up. Dima might just be able to walk away and grab this. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah, the
Wow.
plan was just too OP plan. I'm not sure. I feel like the lightnings onto the sweeper were not needed. Instead, he could have brought a rage and just the Yeti blimp. I feel like the Yeti blimp is just getting so much value, especially with this angle of the blimp with the single Inferno tower. But I mean, he got the 3-star. That's what counts, especially in this current position for Bazinga at the moment. They're now getting things again. I think it's tied up again with this match. So that's a good situation for them to get back into this one.
Indeed, that's what they need to be tied up on stars going into the final set of attacks with the pressure on the line. As we do have a handful of fails, right? A couple fails from both teams, which now comes down to these last two attacks. One from each. As we're looking at the score to the bottom here, we've got War and Glory that is down just a bit. I mean, they can come in with a triple to tie that one up on stars there, and that may just take the lead, it looks like. And MS Esports, this match is tied 10-10, and Tribe is up. That's 10. That's probably through 4 attacks through the 10 stars. Yeah. That's right there. So Tribe get a 2-star. They'll still be a lead with a 1-star ahead. And okay, so Tribe's looking good for theirs. They already won the first match, so we've seen the scores at the bottom. But now Arium is going to come in with his classic Blizzard Lalo. And it's going to be a Stone Slammer moving in, not a Battle Blimp here. Okay.
That's a cool way of taking down that bomb tower. So making sure that he can drop there with this Blizzard. So really nice idea. Getting the Blizzard and getting in the Expo, or getting the Expo out of the way, and the Town Hall. Now the only thing which he has to make sure is, again, doing up the Clan Castle, which he already did. So things are looking really good for Arium. And he now can make sure that his heroes are getting a lot of value. Even though, wait, where is this Hound going? Isn't it supposed to go to the right? Yeah, he has to wait quite a bit, which is always such a frustrating feeling because Blizzard Lalo is really, really time consuming. So if you have like a Lava Hound who is not really sure where he should fly, that wastes a lot of time, and you need to make sure that you're starting even quicker than with your Lalo.
Yeah, now with that Queen grabbing the Lava Hound with the Poison Spell, King's going to loop his way in towards the Scatter Shot to help grab that value, as the World Champ's now going to go in for the multi. So he's setting up a brilliant hero value charge in towards these compartments. Ground Skeleton's popping, which is quite annoying, as eventually he's trying to get into the enemy Queen with more Ground Skellies in front of his heroes.
There's just so many traps over there. The Scatter Shot shooting once versus that Queen. This means the Queen ability is gone. The Sweeper going down. But the invisibility spell for the Royal Champ getting another Inferno Tower down. And that might be important because with that Inferno Tower going down, never mind, the Inferno Tower not going down. But what I want to say is, we have talked now so much about the red mines possibly behind the Town Hall, that taking down defenses behind the Town Hall is always a super crucial thing. Now the question is, if those red bombs can mess up yet again another Lalo attack behind that Town Hall.
No, there's the Warden ability. Goes off. We've got them going to try to... No! They don't path into the multi-target Inferno, but look at this. He's got balloons on the back end that come around to go for the multi to try to help pick that off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's frustrated. He's got the balloons now going into the multi there, but the Scatter Shot is still up. And it's not going to go down. It is not going to go out. It's going to be a defense here for Jose.
And actually a really, really good one. Like, take a look at the percentage. 73% at the moment. He's maybe getting 1 or 2 more baitings. That's an incredible defense, to be honest. So, well, that's really, really good looking for Bazinga. Especially considering they were down. They were relying on the defense. Like, if MS Esports would have 3-starred this one, they would have won that match. But instead, Bazinga now can, I want to say, somewhat easily get that decent percent 2-star attack, and they should already win. Like something like 90% 2-star or something should get them the victory.
Wow, that is a huge defense there, or even a 3-star. That would be enough, right? And they're trying to go with that. They're focused on 3 stars, but like you mentioned, 2 stars in percentage, that's a nice little buffer zone that you can have, as there's only, 3 matches that you're going to be playing in the group stage, and you can't afford to be losing your matches as you don't have too many. You want to be in the top 2, because what that means, if you're in the top 2, you will then advance to the next stage, which is the playoffs, which is the double elimination. That's where you start to make money from the prize pool. You don't make anything from making it to this stage. That's when you get to the double elimination. Here we go. Hugo Stiglitz is in. We've got the picture for Arium at the bottom right. That's not what Hugo looks like. That's Arium down there. That was the attacker of the last one. But we'll see what Hugo can do with more hogs. It seems like this war is the war of hog riders, but the hogs just haven't been working too much.
Yeah, hog riders so far have not really been doing that hot, but at the same time though, I really appreciate them using the hog riders, because I mean, we are seeing a lot of Lalo, so I don't mind seeing some hog riders swarming the base, even though they're getting spring trapped away and turning into loons at some point. But it's hopefully going better now for Hugo to get finally the first 3-star with those hog riders in. But so far, this queen is not going where she's supposed to, but she's coming back.
She does walk into that scatter shot compartment here. She's going to be able to help grab that, as the ground expo does take out the unicorn of the queen. But if the queen uses these opening in the wall break is going to go straight in for the corner. What kind of wall break was that? But the timing of this hound though is going to be bad. Wait a second. Oh, okay, she's not in the range of the single, so that's good. But this Eagle Artillery is doing a ton of work to this queen.
Yeah, I just want to say, it could have been worse with the queen doing 1 or 2 more steps towards the Inferno tower. And he's already starting with the hog riders. He's really feeling safe to get that town. Or the queen now going for the expo. Next rage, where's the... Okay, going for the Inferno tower now. The hog riders are in. Warren ability at the bottom side. Another freeze for the queen. I mean, this multitasking right now is impressive.
Wow.
He is bad now for the hog riders. But this queen still has to take down the town, and she has only her ability left.
Only her ability, which he uses it to help try to secure the Town Hall. One more shot. No, the Hog's going to take a little bit of damage. Town Hall goes down. He's got the World Champion ability. He's got 2 free spells to use. And look at this. The World Champion's still going with her ability. 45 seconds, and he's going to get it. Hugo with the triple to give Bazinga the victory in this match. And what was it? MS Esports, they lost their first match, which means that they're going to be now down 0-2 here in the group stages, which you cannot afford to be down. And brilliant attack from Hugo, swagging 2 freezes on a queen charge hog attack. What an incredible hit here, Hugo. Brilliant with these hogs, and the log launcher getting some beautiful value. And now Bazinga have a victory under their belt.
I mean, hog riders are just too OP, right? I mean, hog riders, they just smash every... Now, really great attack. Really cool to see the hog riders succeed in this one. And Bazinga turning things around. That was a crazy comeback. They were behind pretty much since the first attack, and turning things around during the last attack. And MS Esports are really struggling at the moment. I mean, we have not seen the other matches yet, the final results of this rotation of matches. But in the first rotation of matches, I think MS Esports had unfortunately the lowest score of all of the teams. And I think in this rotation, they might have that as well. So it's tricky, I want to say, for them at the moment. 13 and 12 stars, that's not the stars you need at the moment to succeed. And Bazinga taking advantage of that.
Yeah, Bazinga, brilliant job. Great war you guys had with the 293% fails that you have, which was enough against Cynthia, Arium, and Dichoa, who all failed. And of course, Cynthia just barely with that 99%. Ooh, you hate to see that when you come in with the 2 stars, but that puts a win under Bazinga's belt there against MS Esports, because this is the group stages. There's not too many wars that are on your side that you're able to see, but we've got some replays that we're going to jump into War and Glory to take a look at some of their attacks to see how they were doing in their matches. And because that's going to be exciting to see some other matches, to see what these players have been coming in with, and to see just how strong they are, because everyone at this stage of the competition is really strong. But let's take a look. We haven't seen this. This is Graticus coming in from War and Glory with a Queen charge Lalo with a couple sneakies. But we're seeing these kind of anti-2 stars, right? But the town is all the way in the middle. But what did Graticus do here in the attack? With that blimp, and the nice thing about using the blimp nice and early over a Queen is one, it can help set a funnel with the Queen to push her a certain direction, but also grab buildings that your Queen necessarily wouldn't be able to grab from the outside. In this case, I would say he really wanted that multi-target Inferno to go down, and he gets it. Because of the King standing there, the Yeti didn't run off to the left, and that multi goes down to now allow his Queen to go from the top side, use a Headhunter to grab this defending King, and then charge her all the way towards the Town Hall. Look at this. Sneaky Goblins grab the storage, which sets a perfect funnel for this Queen to step in and use these openings in the walls. What a charge that came in from Graticus in this attack here, as she's going to step in, grab the Eagle, then go for the scatter shot, using these balloons perfectly to try to pull some seeking air mines, pull some traps. And look at this. This was a charge from this Queen, grabbing another Expo as well. King's going to go ahead and step into the right side, and then there's some super minions that come out of the CC. Rocket Loons as well. He freezes, poisons, and keeps his Queen alive. And then he'll be able to start the Lalo towards potentially the bottom side, maybe. And you have to keep your eye on the multi, as the Queen would step into that poison spell. But this was just very smart from Graticus, as he dissected this base. In order to get the Queen to go into the core, you have... Oh! And then she even went down to go down from all that. What I was going to say is get the Queen in the core. You have to funnel 2 different sides. And the blimp is a really nice way to funnel one of them. And then using your King is typically the approach to funnel the other. But if you can use Sneaky Goblins, Yetis combination, you don't have to use your hero like the King to set that second additional funnel. It's fantastic, as the Royal Champion still would have her ability to the end. And look at that King. He stays up. The healers ended up transferring off to him and the Royal Champion to get this. Graticus from War and Glory. Brilliant attack. Very nice job here with the cleanup. And that was a gorgeous Queen charge, funneling 2 different sides to use the kind of the base design against him. Doesn't have to use a wall break. Doesn't have to worry about that. As long as you get that Queen to path her way into the middle, he gets it done. Graticus with a brilliant hit here for War and Glory. We may take a look at another one, Itsu.
Yeah, for sure. We are going to take a look at another replay as soon as we are ready there. But that attack, which you broke down, just looked incredible. Just this Queen charge and the perfect funnel. I mean, just the control over the Queen was impressive. And then with the, let's put it like, intentional healer transfer over to the other heroes.
Right.
Let's phrase it like that. That was the purpose. No, but like really nicely done with the Lalo then. And yeah, just the Lalo just power through it, especially the King staying alive for so long and taking the scatter on the back end was really crucial. So really nice approach over there. And then as soon as we're ready, and we are ready, so let's take a look at another attack from this match. War and Glory coming in hot with Agent as well onto this base with another ring. We're seeing so many legend bases at the moment, so get ready to copy a lot of legend bases on YouTube. I think a lot of people are going to post those. But we have the blimp with the Yetis. A lot of people like those Yetis with the blimps. They're so strong. The right job Yetis and the Yeti mice, they can deal so much damage. And this one is going to be a Dragon Rider combination, a Hydra, which we have not seen too much recently, to be honest. We're seeing a lot of Lalo, we're seeing a lot of Queen charges, but Hydra is not as often anymore as it was before. So now looking forward to see how this is going to work out for him. He's trying to use the Sneaky Goblins to push the Dragons then later into the base, getting the storage out of the way. And with that, you can already see slowly but surely this funnel getting set up, this funnel getting created. And, well, we have the Dragons then coming in from the right side. And now you might see why this storage was so important to take that out, because the path now really nicely sweeps into the core, into this town hall compartment in the core of the base, with the Baby Dragon funneling the top side. And I think there would have been a lot of Dragons splitting to the bottom side, otherwise the Queen creating an even better funnel in combination with the stat zone around the town hall, and that means he's even bringing a heal. You don't used to see that often. Warden ability, town hall going down with those Dragons at the bottom side, and the other Dragons are just pushing around the top side. And that's again the power of the heroes. I mean, the King has tanked already for ages, the Queen has already tanked for ages, but both of them haven't even used their abilities yet. And now the only big threat which is left at this stage is the defending heroes around the top. So the defending King, the defending Queen, with having so many heroes on his own with abilities on offense, this is looking just way better for Agent, and he's able to push through and get this nice 3-star for War and Glory. And yeah, those anti-2-star bases that work well, especially if there is a fail, which is most of the time a really low percentage. But a lot of times those ring bases stand no chance versus a solid plan like the one from Agents. So really nicely done to War and Glory. Some nice 3-stars which we have seen now from them, approaching those legend style bases and just completely smashing them.
Yeah, brilliant job that we saw there from War and Glory. Great attacks that they came in with those 3 stars as well. But we have the next match, which is going to be the final match here today, which is going to be Strut versus Chaz Mac Gaming. I know a lot of fan favorites on both sides. But before we get into that match, we did sit down with the players again, ask them some more questions. This time, we asked them, what do you think your chances are at making the playoffs?
Hi Chiefs, I'm Smokey Bear. I'm the captain for Empire Gaming. If you were to ask me who our toughest opponent would be, I would say ourselves, because I think we showed in this qualifier in securing the #1 overall seed was that when we execute at our best, I don't think there's another team that can beat us.
I think our group is very hard, but we are confident that we will do our best to move on to the next stage. I think Strat is the most difficult opponent because we have never beat them before.
Las posibilidades pueden ser un poco duras, pero nada es imposible. Por algo llegamos aquí.
The teams, of course, are all very strong and well prepared, but if I have to pick one, maybe Strat. I think Strat will be the toughest, and even though, as always, I think that luck will be playing an important role, and basically anyone has the chance to qualify any team. So at this point, it's anyone can qualify.
一番きつい相手は強いてあげるならトライブゲーミングかなと思っています。
That was great to get their insight to see which teams they thought kind of were the toughest one. We hear in Strut quite a bit from some teams. We're hearing Tribe Gaming as well. Definitely both really good teams. But Itsu, we've got the groups to bring up and see where they stand. We'll take a look at kind of the leaderboard in each one, remember, because you need to be the top 2 in your group. You don't have to be overall the best. You just have to be top 2 in your group, and that would mean going 3-0 would be the best case scenario of at least having definitely a chance. If you're 0-2 right now, you're gonna have to hope some things kind of fall your way. But we have a really amazing match, Strut versus Chaz Mac, to be closing it out here today.
That's right. I think this match is going to be really cool because this time around, though, then we have the number 1 seed in an A versus the number 2 seed in EU. We had already the other way around earlier today.
Yeah.
Where we had the number 1 EU seed with Tribe Gaming versus the number 2 seed in an A. So it's now the reverse card, kind of. So looking forward to that face-off. It's always like a cool thing to see those teams from different regions going up against each other with like the background story for us to talk about. But I'm just super excited for the match, which is about to come. And as soon as we're ready, then we're going to take a look, as I said, into the groups and take a look at how are the standings right now? How are the standings right now, especially after the second round? We have only seen the standings after the first round, where the average stars, I want to say, I think it was around about 14 stars. We have seen 2 perfects just in the first round already. A lot of 14-star performances. So it was a crazy first round. And watching now the second match, I might think that the second round was a bit lower on the scoreboard, at least the match which we watched. So let's see if the other matches had similar results or not.
Right. Yeah, indeed. That's the big thing, is we're seeing some high-scoring wars as well. But MS Esports with the 12, you know, when you get a low-scoring war like that, that's very difficult to have a chance, because then Stars is going to be playing a role when it comes to it at the end of the day. So you need to put up as many triples as you possibly can, because when Empire Gaming put up 14 stars against Tribe, that's still a loss, but they put up 14, which means that when it comes to a tiebreaker, they would potentially have that chance, that edge over another team.
That's right. Every single thing matters overall. Like every single stats can matter, can make a difference in the end. If it's stars, if it's percentage, if it's whatever kind of. But we see now the rosters of those 2 teams going against each other. On the left side, we see Team Strat with Musk, Ast, Boom, Yo-Yo, and Tryhard. I mean, you know those names, but on the right side, you know those names too, right?
Well, indeed. We've got Ghost, Nick, Max, Alexnos, and God coming in for Chaz Mac Gaming, and some amazing players here. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible for sure with this matchup now. Having the second... I mean, it's always cool to see with having the other tournaments as well, with the Snapdragon Pro Series going on. You're now able to kind of take a look as well into the future, maybe, where you have those different regions now going up against each other, because that's where other teams then can have as well the chance at another golden ticket. And you can see now the qualifier stats of those 2 teams. Chasmac 5-0, but having overall not as high average stats as Strut.
Yeah, and that's the thing. 5-0, you're going undefeated, but it's now anyone's match, right? You just have to put up more stars than your opponent. Your goal to the wins in this one, as Strut has the average stars and has the average destruction percentage as well on their side.
Yeah, so the stats are looking really, really solid overall from both teams, but just a little bit better from Strut. But at the same time, though, it is one thing to have the qualifier stats where, well, you might have faced some weaker teams or not, who knows. But the important thing now is that you're performing in this one match. And with Strut hitting first, it's going to be an Inferno Dragon attack with 1 Electro Dragon as well to the mix versus this box space from Chessmate Gaming.
With Ast likes to use the dragons and has the Inferno Dragons to use on this one, as he's going straight away. Oh, with that early Warden Eternal Tome to try to path his way around, because now that Town Hall is down, he doesn't have to worry about investing a blimp or something mid-attack to take it down.
Yeah, there's quite a few archers with this one headhunter coming up, which tells us that there is one more Lava Hound inside that clan castle. But take a look at that Electro Dragon on the far left side. That Electro Dragon is having so much value, chaining all of those storages on so low hit points. As soon as the clan castle is going down, that would be crucial. But no! The Lava Hound is coming out last second, and that might be a big problem on the back end for us, for Strut.
Oh, wow. We have the defending Hound. That's going to be a big problem now. You have to worry about that. But luckily, the Queen's far out of range of it. So, or any defenses, so she could use her ability potentially. But he still has his World Champion trying to have the perfect opportunity to get the most value.
Yeah, he supported the Queen with the Royal Champ, with the Archer on the top side, using the Skeleton spell now to completely make the single Inferno Tower useless. Both heroes are charging into the single Inferno Tower compartment now. Needs to make sure that the Royal Champ and the Queen are pushing into that scatter together. And he has one phrase left, which he can use onto scatter, onto the two Tesla together, I think. And this is looking good with the Queen ability. And again, the time is always so crazy with those dragon attacks. They are so quick. Phrase is now in. He can use the Royal Champ ability after this Tesla. And that means this should be a 3-star. This should be the first 3-star of this match.
Wow. Look at that. The first attack coming in and managed to be able to get it done with that Queen ability still in the bag to be able to use with 40 seconds left in the attack. And that's a nice thing about coming in with this type of attack where you have plenty of time. So if something goes wrong, you can stay calm and you can still get it done if your heroes need to walk around the whole base.
Yeah, nice attack. And yeah, I'm not even sure, like, did you see what exactly ruled out the Lava Hound? I wasn't even sure because I think the Queen, was there King Barbarians or something inside the range? I'm not even sure what exactly ruled the clan caster, but yeah, it was unfortunate. I think without the Hound, it would have been way more crushing. But the 3-star is a 3-star. That's what matters at this point. And now it's up to ChessMac to get those stars in as well, to make sure that they're staying close to Strat, because we have seen now today how important it is to get this early pressure off your shoulders. And I feel like if you fail one of the first few attacks, it's always like a little bit of a downside for your team. So you don't wish that anyone.
No, you don't indeed. You don't want to be failing your hits. You're going to have to come in with 3 stars to have the best opportunity to win these matches. But Strut versus ChessMac, man, this is going to be an incredible match between these teams. And it could literally come down to one building that can make the difference.
Yes, it could for sure. The one building, or even maybe time, who knows. But stars are going to be the important first thing for those two teams to look out for those two teams to go for and try to get them in. ChessMac should go in hopefully soon with their first attack. And we have seen already, couple of those player names in a lot of different tournaments, so we are used to their attacks. Question now though is, did Strat defend those attacks, and are they used to the strategies which ChessMac like to run? We see the I think it's going to be a Skelly donut based on what we see right now, and then with the Flamefinger for the Town Hall, with the Valkyrie trying to spot any traps that were placed against this Flamefinger.
Yeah, with the Skeleton Donut locking onto the multi, the Clan Castle looking to grab this value, and he does grab and take it down. Now, you take his time with this Flameflinger. Going to have to try to take this Town Hall down, as we've got some heroes, it looks like, or something to the bottom side. Ice Golem is down there, as we've got the King, and the Teslas have popped. Be able to clear this. Flameflinger's now in the Town Hall, should be able to secure it. Builders will be a little annoying, quite a bit that will be repairing it, so it'll take extra time, as the King is now making his way into this Arch Tower compartment near the enemy Queen, which he's going to go for the wall with the Yak to try to take her down.
Tornado Trap making sure that the King is, oh my goodness, getting rotated into a double giant bomb. And that means all of those Barbarians are gone, and the Queen still has to get into that compartment, because at the moment there's a lot of damage, and the Tesla at the outside are not helping a lot of getting that Queen into that compartment, but the Queen is making her way finally in there. Queen ability in a second. The Town Hall went down. As I said, it took some time, but it's finally going down, and now the Lalo is starting from the complete top left side.
Lalo straight into the scatter shot. We got some balloons over by the Eagle Artillery. Flameflinger secured the Town Hall, as the Headhunters have taken out the enemy Royal Champion with his RC still going in. Freeze is down on the multi. Balloons are coming in every single different direction. Balloons even out of the Flameflinger with the Dragon Rider. But this defending king is going to be really annoying. He could drop a skeleton spell to help distract it as he's making the approach, but the balloons are all disappearing.
There's just so many traps in the core. Even the one Dragon Rider is being really low. Can the Arch Tower take down the Dragon Rider? Yes! And this means the Arch Tower is staying up. No way. The attack looked so good, but just the Tester farm really, really messing things up with the pathing. The freeze is there, but it's 20 seconds left. And yeah, Chessmac struggling versus this base from Strat.
Yeah, unfortunate there. It's going to only be in the 80s, and this could be the difference maker in this whole match right here. As if Strut comes in with attacks, if they fail, as long as they fail is above this percentage, above an 86%, they will have the advantage. But you know, Strut is going for the triples. They're going for the 3 stars in this match. So very nice try to Gond from Chazmek. Not able to get this one done. So the next attacker from Strut is going to have a little bit of a breathing room on their side. But that is 3 stars for Strut, 2 stars for Chazmek, as we have the score ticker at the bottom.
Yeah, we can take a look at a couple of those stats. But one thing which I feel like is really interesting then as well is about the approach of Chessmac when it comes down to their defense. Because so far they use the box space, which I think is not the worst decision, because as far as I know, for example, Boom, who normally always is pushing Legends, actually is kind of right now dropping out of Legends. I think a lot of the Strat guys really feeling the pressure with not having performed as good as they would have liked to in the ClashWorlds golden ticket qualifiers so far. So I feel like they're really concentrating, instead of Legend or anything, on like base building, base testing and everything. So maybe that's a lot of red mines. Maybe that's a good thing to then run Legend bases against Strat. But who knows? Yo-Yo is in with the sweet Lalo onto this base. And we see so far a nice funneling for the Queen, with the Queen taking down the Town Hall and the Royal Gem at the King. They should take down the Scatter if everything goes well.
Yeah, the Scatter Shot is down, with the Queen to loop her way into the Town Hall to grab this value. As we've got the Raw Champion Star ability, pulls out the CC. We got a Headhunter in this mix. Poison spells down. And this Queen grabs a Sweeper. Nice value as well. Pulls the Ground Skeleton. Builder huts are doing work, and the Queen goes down. Well, this Hound's going to pop here from this Raw Champion, but she doesn't look like she can get this multi, so he decides to invest the Stone Slammer to then go get that multi-target Inferno.
Yeah, the Slammer perfectly pathing into the core with a nice poison to take down all of those lava pups, and the Multi-Inferno Tower taken care of right away with the Lalo starting in from the far left side. With the Ice Sound exploding early on, the Headhunter, where's there any Headhunters? Now they're going for the King as far as I can tell, which means the defending Queen might stay alive longer than he would be hoping for. We have now the freeze coming in, the defending Queen is finally down, but there was a lot of damage dealt to those loons, with the one Lava Hound still tanking. And again, I think he used a lot of red mines in the beginning, which means there might be not as many red mines left anymore behind this Town Hall.
Oh, there's few. There's the Tornado Trap. There's more. Look at that one balloon pulling those traps, and he's got the smile on his face. And look at that. He's got even a keyboard. He's got a little piano there. He can play us a little tune as it's a victory parade coming in for this attack here. The 3-star. There's not a victory in this match just yet. They have a long way to go. Chazmak can put up triples. They can keep pace. That's what they're going to need to do in their next set of attacks. And Yo-Yo with the swag freeze as well. Brilliant attack taking down God's base.
Yeah, really strong attack right there. And yeah, as you said now, Chessmac needs a 3-star at the same time, a 3-star at the same time, though. That is quite a low percentage. So with an 86% 2-star, which means Strat, as long as they're higher than that and they fail, if they're having any, they're still looking fine, because so far they're looking really good on those box bases. So maybe the plan, the game plan, the match plan for Chessmac is not paying off so far, and they now need to deliver on offense. And I think Strat so far, if I have seen this right, I mean, I was looking in for from some of the other other matches what they have used, and I think they're one of the only teams right now which are running the anti 3-star style bases most of the time. which we have not seen from too many other teams. I mean, we have seen Tribe Gaming running the box base. We have seen a lot of Legend Ring bases so far as well. War and Glory faced a couple of them. And now Chesmic as well is running those box bases, which means not that many teams are running the anti-3-star bases, which then again means maybe people are not as used to attack them anymore, which so far is working great for Strut.
Indeed. That's looking good for Strut, coming in with the 3 stars. 2 of them, to be exact. Back-to-back triples from them. Chesmic cannot afford another fail here. If they do, it's going to be a very difficult mountain to climb to try to make a comeback against a team like Strut. As we've got Nick coming in, and he's coming with Super Witches. I was going to be like, I've seen Nick come in with a lot of the Yeti Super Wizard Bat Smash type of attacks, but he's got the Super Witches, 3 of them, and that's not a lot. That's only, usually we see about 4, because yes, the Super Witch takes up, 40 housing space, takes up quite a bit, but they're super tanky as well.
And especially, what I feel like is crazy is not bringing 4 Super Witches, and he has brought only 4 healers as well. So I feel like a lot of housing space, where is that? Like, this is in the, he's brought 1 Valkyrie, an Ice Golem, okay, for support, but otherwise, where's the housing space? Which you typically see with this army, but as well, as long as the healers are staying with those Super Witches and going and following them around, 3 Super Witches might be already enough to take down the base. Oh no, I'm not sure if that jump connects for the Super Witches.
It doesn't. No, only connects for the Queen at the moment here. So the healers need to go to the Queen, but the CC is getting lured out. The single locks onto his Queen. He's forced with that freeze, but the 1 Super Witch comes back around to try to help assist his Queen. But the Warden now gets locked onto, which he's going to have to burn. Oh, wait. He's burning more freezes here. Uh-oh.
Warden ability to take down the Town Hall.
Town Hall, okay.
Obviously protect the Warden itself. The Queen now taking down the Inferno Tower. This has now turned into like a Queen charge through the core of the base.
Right.
With a couple of witches on the outside. And this might be not even the worst thing to happen to him, because we have talked about how much time problems this strategy has. With the 2 cleanup witches on the outside, I mean, this might be actually a good thing for him to happen.
It might indeed, with that Queen kind of soloing the core. Yeah, 1 witch did go in there to help, but these witches on the outside are getting brilliant value as the Royal Champion has ability, has the free still to use, and the Queen is actually tanking the scatter shot to help the RC even more.
Yeah, that was perfect. I think even though we were afraid about the witches kind of splitting off to the side, it was perfect in the end. It was perfect that time was not an issue, because just imagine that all of those Super Witches would have went through the core. This would have been really bad. The entire right side would have been still standing. So really good job to Nick making those Super Witches work, which we have seen already today. Quite a few people try to make that work, and he was one of the few of them successfully make them work with a 3-star.
Very nice job right there. Very nice attack. And let's take a look at the other scores kind of rolling in slowly at the bottom, as we're seeing Empire Gaming coming in with a couple triples, 2 of them, and GS didn't. So Empire Gaming's got the defense there. Space Station with back-to-back triples. King of Kings with a fail. So Space Station got a little bit of a lead there as well. And then MS Esports do have a triple, so they could triple and take the lead. And they cannot afford to lose that match there against ITP, because if they do, that means they'll be out of it for sure at 0-3 and have no chance, but they're trying to hang on there.
Yeah, and especially not only it is important to get to the next stage of the tournament as well, but it's all about the prize money to get to the top 8 of this competition. Otherwise, all of the time which you have invested so far, all of the time into base building, maybe even, I don't know, like paying a couple of base builders to work with your team, all of this investment would have been gone. So they have to get to the top 8 for those teams to make it actually worth it. And well, so far MS Esports had not the best start for them. But getting back to this match, the 3-star was really good for this match, because this is keeping that close. with Tryhard coming in next with a Lalo attack. And this time around, though, with a cloned, maybe a cloned Yeti Blimp.
Yeah.
We're going to see in just a bit.
Yeah, he's got the clone spell here, which, he's going straight off the start with that blimp to try to move his way in. The sweeper could push it back. Nope, he lands, and he's going to clone up to the left, which he clones up the Yeti here. He does grab that, so once again, a lot of value. The ground expo will go down. Will these Yeti mites actually jump over the wall and grab the multi? Wait, if it does, hold on. Down goes the bomb tower. One clone Yeti's up. The clone Yeti mites are running, and the multi stays up right there. At least there's no builder huts within the range to repair it.
Yeah, now the question is, was this worth it? I feel like the clone was a really heavy investment because I don't know what exactly he got that much more from this dive, or like from this investment, I want to say, because he got a bomb tower. I mean, that's not as important for a Lalo attack, so yeah, not sure if the investment was worth it, but we're now trying to dive for that town hall with the queen, with the ice golem, and especially with the king moving forward with two more Inferno towers at this point still standing in the core, but at the same time, they are perfect to drop, just drop the Royal Champ onto the multi-Inferno tower.
Yeah, that Royal Champion can target her way onto that multi, get incredible value in the middle of the space, as his queen's going to path her way in towards the town hall, and the Royal Champion is down. She's going to go for the ground expo, looks first, makes the queen invisible, but the eagle does lock onto this RC, so that'll be a little annoying as the Lalo is now starting over the eagle artillery with that multi now going down to his Royal Champ.
Ooh, the Royal Champ taking down the single Inferno tower, and that means,
I
mean, as long as the queen is tanking the ground expo, the Royal Champ should be good to go. Well, actually, it's not going for the multi-Inferno tower, but that means that at least the tornado trap is triggered, okay? At least the tornado trap is triggered. That's good news already as well.
It is. Indeed, that is great news for Tryhard as these balloons are moving around, pulling a bunch of red air bombs there, which is annoying. Has to invest another freeze, has two more balloons. You can drop on the Wizard Tower to use as a distraction balloons by the double cannon. There's the one. He's waiting. He's being patient. He can drop another one wherever he sees fit, even maybe on the top side for cleanup, as these buildings are going to go down. So he's going to grab this. The king is going to be really annoying for these balloons. And it looks like he does drop a balloon to the top to try to go in towards that clan castle. He's making his way around with 20 seconds left, and Tryhard is going to be coming away with a 3-star, taking down Nick's base here.
What an attack this was. I mean, I'm just surprised by how well this worked with the cloned Yetis. I mean, it is just crazy how those guys see the value in those different spells and say, okay, that is totally worth the investment. And I guess he just wanted to make sure that the pathing is set up for the Royal Champ into this multi-Inferno tower zone in the middle, making sure that the pathing is set up and the heroes can take down the town hall, the Royal Champ can take down the core, and everything looked really, really good for him. So nice job to Tryhard. And Strat, they still look really, really good. A lot of teams in the interview, which we have just heard before this match, they said the one team they're most scared of, a lot of those top teams said they're scared of Strat, and so far this is showing perfectly in this match.
It is indeed. They're showing why Strat is such a powerhouse and comes in. You have to be putting up 14 or even perfect Star Wars against them, as now we've got Ghost coming in with the hybrid, the Queen Charge hybrid with 15 miners, 9 Hog Riders into this stack, as he wants to charge this queen near the town hall or into this town hall compartment. You always have to be worried about the single target Inferno and that clan castle that's right behind it. So he wants to probably lure out this CC early, maybe invest a hog or something, because you don't want to deal with that lava hound if that's what's inside of the CC as you're taking on a single target Inferno.
Yeah, that's one of the worst case things which could happen for you. Same time, now he's slowly approaching that town hall compartment, or more like the town hall itself. But with the range and how the remaining buildings are structured, I think that he's going to skip the town hall poison for the majority of time, which is really good for him.
Yeah, as he's luring out the CC one by one, finally now lures out the lava hound. now got to deal with the Headhunter in the mix of these archers, and this is why they put a one Headhunter with all the 9 archers, is because the archers will provide the distraction so the Queen doesn't end up locking onto the Headhunter and can cause a lot of issues. But dealt with the CC very nicely here as the King Siege Barracks hybrid is coming into the enemy Queen and wants to loop this Queen to go to the bottom side, because if she goes down there, she can also grab the bomb tower, an incredible value, which will be allowing this hybrid to continue its way straight through the core.
Yeah, the hybrid so far looks great. It's not all about if there's any traps, and exactly as we say, there is spring traps popping up and getting, oh, another spring trap, getting those Hawk Riders flying. Now the question though is, was this already enough to get this base the defense? There's quite a few of miners still left, but there's no heal spells left, so this Queen has to do heavy lifting to get this hybrid, get this push going and tanking for the back end.
RC's abilities forced. Eagle goes down. Queen's at least got her ability still to be able to use onto the ground Expo on the backside. An invisibility spell, but the problem is this multi-target Inferno just doesn't want to go down. Oh no, the multi. The scatter's still up.
One bidder was repairing, so the Inferno Tower had 1 HP, and now the Inferno Tower is even taking down the healers. This was a lot of bad luck for Ghost right in this attack. Such an unfortunate attack, but this means another defense for Strat, and those bases that just keep defending and defending and defending, and so far I feel like the choice of running the anti-3-star bases was incredible for them.
That's a brilliant job from Boom, putting this, stopping Ghost in his tracks. The hybrid not able to take this down. Great effort there. But unfortunately, like you said, that one builder just barely keeping that multi-target Inferno alive. And now Strut has got the 2-star lead after the 3 attacks there coming in from each side. As we'll take a look at the scores at the bottom of the screen, with Empire Gaming going perfect so far. They're 3 for 3. The 1 defense against GS. Space Station and King of Kings are now all tied up, and Space Station has a little bit of advantage on the percentage side. And then we have MS Esports with 2 triples. Another one will give them the lead there.
Yeah, they have to 3-star. We have already talked about it. MS Esports, the first 2 rounds were not really in their favor, so they have to get those 3-stars in. And well, otherwise, this match right now is looking still in favor for Strat. And there, wait a second. Wait, Musk, what is he doing? I mean, he's doing quite a few of those goofy attacks with like trying out Queen Shot, Super Barbarians and things like that in his streams. But I mean, Queen Shot E-Dragons? Really? What are you doing? Okay, I'm all up for it. I'm all up for it. So let's see if this is going to work versus this base.
With this Queen, you're going to try to path her in towards the Eagle Artillery. It's looking like he's setting up the funnel for the E-Dragons to go for the Town Hall. The Yeti is slowly grabbing this area, including trying to get this cannon, as there is a wide opening for that Queen to path her way straight into the Eagle, as now a balloon's coming down, can drop a Headhunter, and probably have to rage this Queen up, and or maybe not. Maybe he's able to get this without even a rage for this Queen. Look at that so far, because that means he'll only have 1 rage for his E-Dragons if he invested for his Queen here.
Yeah, but so far just the pathing of that Queen looks so good. E-Dragons are now in. He's raging up his Queen, which has to deal with a lot of damage, especially with the ward, and you normally never want to have that timing-wise. But the E-Dragon bounces just around the Town Hall.
He has a Super Dragon in his Stone Slammer. Look at that. A Super Dragon inside his Stone Slammer to help these E-Dragons path towards that Town Hall. He can freeze it up again, so he can freeze the single to protect his E-Dragons and Super Dragon there, as he can pop the Warden ability through the Town Hall Poison and the Giga Bomb as it goes down.
Yeah, Town Hall going down, but the Tornado Trap keeping every single Electro Dragon inside that Town Hall Poison. But they're just so tanky. They're just so tanky, staying alive through all of the damage. And with the King, I mean, how did that King survive all of that flank walk? Like, that was just incredible. And I feel like
Yeah.
Musk does make this look easy. I mean, what the heck is
He
going
does.
on? That's another
What?
praise up for Strut, and Strut is giving Chesmic no chance in this matchup with just keep
No.
3-starring those bases. And I feel like everyone should know by now, you should not use box bases versus Strut.
That was an incredible attack. Really great base identification of using a queen charge, more of those like a queen walk, just walking your way in and out to the eagle. And then he knew that if he used the lightning, the lightning also acted as the funnel. Not only did it take down valuable buildings, but it then allowed the E-Dragons to path their way directly to the town hall. And that was a brilliant attack there from Mask.
Yeah, what a great attack. And that's like the cool thing which I love to see when there's like this creativity coming in, like people really adapting to whatever the base is showing as a weakness, or like what they see the base with the weakness. And I feel like for them it was just like, okay, the queen charge or the queen walk, as you said, around the eagle is somewhat cheap and is not really defended that heavily with like single Inferno towers, for example. And the town hall side is really compact, which means there is not this classic maybe 2-tile gap around the town hall to not get the chain value. Instead, all of those buildings were within 1 tile, and that gave the Legendary Dragons some great time to get through that, especially with being so tanky. And it felt like the town hall poison didn't do anything to them. While, for example, other troops are just getting completely taken care of in just a few seconds inside that town hall poison.
Yeah, it was brilliant to be able to get that value with the E-Dragons, like you mentioned, to be able to chain and get the value through those skips of the E-Dragons, including the Town Hall, and putting a little Super Dragon into his Stone Slammer helps, as well as now we have Max with his attack, and looks like he's got 2 poison spells. I know Max loves to come in with some Skelly Donut attacks, but if you take some poisons, it most likely means that you're probably not going in with a Skelly Donut, as usually that means you would be removing the CC with the donuts. But this one is a Flame Flinger up into the multi, which there is some Tesla there, which activating nice and early is nice so that the Flame Flinger can lock onto it, because if you don't, then it would move closer to that multi and then end up getting hit by the Tesla, taking it down fast.
Yeah, what a great value right there with that Flame Flinger. Let's wait if there's any traps, for example, like a giant bomb. He's even trying to trigger the giant bomb, or if there's anything in front of it. So really good job in preventing possible traps against this Flame Flinger. And really trying to support the Flame Flinger, make sure that it works. And then at the same time pushing in with his heroes into that big eagle compartment with the Royal Champ, at the same time flanking all of this to get the scatter shot. So far the plan looks really solid to get a lot of value on the other side of that Town Hall with the invisibility spell. Turning the Hound invisible, really great move to make sure this Royal Champ is going to get guaranteed that scatter out of the way.
Wow. That Royal Champion Gremlin, fantastic value, as now the Queen's unfortunately getting stuck onto this Lava Hound, is he's going to Lalo straight over the Town Hall. If you Lalo the Town Hall, you're always usually going to want to use a Rage spell right over it, so the balloons can take that Town Hall down nice and quick. But he hasn't reached the 51% mark yet, so the Town Hall is not going to activate until he hits the percent or he damages it. And there it is. The Town Hall is going to be able to be targeted as the balloons are pathing straight to it. Warden ability takes it down as the Rage helps him to get past, as the Flame Flinger is actually still up and now locking out of the top multi-target Inferno. What?
That Flame Flinger got so much value, but the red bombs are hitting hard with that recent buff. And even though there's a heal spell, things are slowly dying out over there, especially with the defending Royal Champion. Now the Dragon Rider is at that top side, but this defending Royal Champion, it's just keep taking those troops out. What happened to the Egg Hunters?
Well, with the Warden though, Warden grabs the RC. We have a Dragon Rider, 29 seconds. Wait a second, this Dragon Rider needs to take out the scatter. He has like no health. What? This was clutch here. Needed to get this done because, remember, even if Chesbeck don't win this one, it could come down to stars as a tiebreaker at the end. So every single triple matters, and Max is able to pull away with a triple here for Chasmac to keep him closer in this war. Yeah, they are down by the 2, 12-10, but if it comes down to a tie between second and third place in the group, they could have an advantage due to that triple.
That's right. At the same time, let's check out some of the stats below. Empire Gaming looking incredible strong versus GS. Like, perfect so far. Space Station got their first fail, but they're still having the percentage lead over Kings of Kings. And then we have... we have MS Esports still going perfect with 3 out of 3. And they have to win this match. We already talked about that. MS Esports so far, it was not their group stage. So far, 0 out of 2. And they have to win this match to even have the slightest chance of still staying in this. At the same time, our match, which is going on, Strut versus Chasmac, it is looking really, really good for the Strut guys. And another box base from Max. And we have another Queen Charge Lalo actually from Boom. And he is going in with the Flame Flinger as well. So let's see how he's going to use that.
And that Town Hall is next to the single target Inferno, which is in front. As let's see if he's able to get this value with the Flame Flinger, which it looks like that's going to go near the Town Hall. At least try to take that out. But I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see.
I think the bomb tower isn't it close enough to the Town Hall to activate it? No, he has an Earthquake, so he's going to activate the Town Hall for sure to get that Town Hall out of the way with the Flame Flinger. And then charge it all the way around with that Queen. That plan looks incredible so far. So he has a lot of damage on his Queen, but if this Flame Flinger gets the Town Hall, I mean, the plan looks insane.
Yeah, with that Queen now locking on to the Lalo Hound, trying to take it down as well. The Poison Spell is going to help with these puffs, but the Flame Flinger is going to now lock on the Town Hall to help take it down after the Archer Tower is cleared.
Yeah, Town Hall now about to get taken care of. The King on the right side to force the Queen further inside. He has one more wall break. Where is he going to invest that? Is he going to try to, I don't know, get that wall break into the multi-Inferno tower? That would be crazy. But I'm not sure if the wall break would go there. And he's trying to do so, but the wall break is targeting the outside wall. There's no more wall breaks left. So this Queen has to rely on beating through the wall. At the same time, the King and the Royal Champion are clearing out the top side, and the Lalo already has started.
Yeah, the Lalo into the Eagle. Rage up for his Queen, but that single target Inferno does lock onto his Queen now. It's going to be a problem. Going to force her ability, but the Queen's going for the wall. Her ability is used even with the invisibility spell, though.
Yeah, and the single Inferno tower is out of reach. Nothing to protect the Queen anymore. He's actually... Okay, he's still investing the freeze, but maybe he just wants to make sure that he's freezing the Royal Champ and the Sweeper because the Lalo is still going strong, and he has the Flame Flinger. Oh, the Flame Flinger is now opening.
Oh, wow,
that means this is going to be the 3-star, and even triggering all of the red bombs. That's something we have seen many times where Lalo attacks have struggled on the back end, but this time not for Boom. I think that's back-to-back perfect matches for Strut.
Yeah, Strut absolutely dominating the competition right now. Perfect war. Again, we'll have one more attack coming in from Chasmac, which is going to be an important attack. They're going to be looking to add 3 stars, and the one and only Laxnos is going to be trying to close it out for them. And they want to be putting up a 3-star. Yeah, they can't win this match, but Strut, man, incredible. This is why all the teams, or not all of them, but many of them were saying that they were very nervous and most scared of taking on Strut because of how strong they are. But when it comes down to, let's say, a single war, anyone can win, right? Strut can be taken down. But when you have to defeat Strut over and over again, let's say in a double elimination bracket, take them down once, take them down a second time, that is really difficult to do.
Yeah, that is not easy at all, especially in those tournaments where they can, like, prepare in something. Like, I feel like that was always their big strength, like, as well in the past. This ability of preparing for those big tournaments. And they're showing off that today, in my opinion, with having being one of the only teams running those anti-3-star style bases, with all of the other teams running box bases, running legend anti-2-star ring bases style. And well, so far it has done amazing for them. We have seen a lot of different approaches on those under 3-star bases. Now we're having Alexnos coming in with the Queen Charge Dragon Rider with the blimp, I guess a safety blimp for that Town Hall, and then a charge into that Expo and Warden compartment.
Yeah, with this Queen to the bottom side, gonna help this Queen walk her way near this Town Hall right now. We got the balloon healers are now deployed. Let's see the value that Lex can get with his Queen as she's gonna be making her way left, and then can loop into the core of the base by the CC. But hang on, with that blimp. Okay, so the blimp's going to fly over the head of this Queen. Pull a Signier Mine. We've got the Giant Bomb coming through, and we got probably Sneaky Goblins to try to take the town down without the need of a Rage Spell for that blimp. But the Queen's ability, okay, not going to have to use that, but having to use some extra spells like the Freeze.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage, especially I think the Queen, maybe with one toe, she is inside that Warden range. I mean, to me, this, if you look at that range, I mean, we can barely see the range of the Warden, but she was not really inside that. So I feel like that's where Lex was kind of being annoyed. But yeah, like that range was kind of strange right there. But now sending his King and his Royal Champ to take down this left compartment. But at the same time, though, he has to do something about this ground expo because that one... Oh, no! The Queen is following the other Queen, and with that, she is, not in that channel anymore, and this is going to be tricky for the Queen to come back.
Man, the Queen, why are you going there? You gotta go down the core of this base to get that value, as the Warden Eternal Tome is now being utilized for the Dragon, or the Dragon Riders, taking out the Eagle Artillery, trying to path their way to the multi, but the Queen is now going all the way to the top side, and this is the area where the World Champion is now that the Queen was supposed to take out.
Yeah, the Warden, with the support of the Dragon Rider, trying to do some more damage, but this backhand is just feeling incredible powerful to overcome, especially with all of the Dragon Riders already being gone. The Queen now is having 50 seconds to collect some more percentage, but yeah, this one invisibility spell really cost him, making sure that the Queen is not really following the path which he intended for. Oh my god, now the healers are switching to the King. This is really not going in favor for Lex right there.
No.
And this means the basis of Strat, I mean, they're just defending and it's just super impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Strut's bases are super strong. You're definitely going to be seeing more of these bases for sure later on from many other players, copying them to be running in their wars and CWLs, the Clan War Leagues, as the healers trying to just help this King out a little bit, but the Scattershot, of course, locks onto those healers, and it's just going to be getting a little bit more percentage for Lex, 85, and that seems to be just the final amount there for Lexnos. A great effort there, only going to be the 2-star, which means that Strut is going to win this war, a perfect war, 15-12. Incredible job from Strut. That's back-to-back perfect wars now for them here in the Queso Cup.
Yeah, and that is just impressive because not only their offense is so on fire, but as well their defense. I mean, they're facing some of the best teams in the world, and they're holding them back to such a good defense. I think Chess back now to 12 stars. I think the first opponent was up to 13 stars. So 13 and 12 stars on defense right now is an incredible performance from the base building team from Strat. And I mean, apparently it's working wonders for them not to push as heavy on Legends anymore and putting all of the effort, all of the time which they have into building, testing those bases. And I mean, it has worked out great. Offense and defense is looking really good for Strat.
Yeah, Strut, just a brilliant job, 15 stars. And I mean, even if they have a loss or whatnot, the star advantage that they'll have for a tiebreaker situation is just so much in their favor, and Strut just showing why they are one of the favorites to not only advance to the playoffs, the double elimination, but potentially to be getting a golden ticket. Remember, $50,000 prize pool here for the Queso Cup. $20,000 goes to first place if you win it, and that golden ticket. So Just so much on the line, and Strut is one of the favorites to take that home. Not today, not tomorrow, but later, as we will have the group stages done this weekend, and then we have the playoffs that are going to be coming next weekend too.
That's right, and I think we want to take a look at one more replay before we're diving into like the current like standings of all of the teams and how they did today. And I think there's only one attack we should show after that match, because that was the incredible out-of-the-box thinking from Musk.
Yes.
That's as easy as that. The Queen Charge Electro Dragon attack was just incredible from him, just identifying the weakness of the base, which is, you can see on the left side around the Eagle, there is some exposed, but there is no single Inferno Tower. There's otherwise not too much damage. It's a somewhat easy accessible clan castle, and with that, the Queen Charge around that side is just perfect. At the same time, though, if you take a look at the other side, all of those buildings are within a range of one tile, and that is important again for Electro Dragons. Super Dragons, for example, would not get the connection, not get the splash damage in. But Electro Dragons with this one tile, that's just perfect. You can see that as well around the Town Hall. The Expos, the Bomb Towers, even the Inferno Tower behind the Town Hall, all of them are within one tile, which gives those Electro Dragons just so much value in chaining those lightnings. You can see up to this point, he didn't even need a rage for his Queen. Only as he's approaching the Warden and one more Ground Expo and the Clan Castle is coming out, that's the moment where he has to really like invest the first rage, invest even a couple of spells to keep that Queen safe. Otherwise, this Queen is looking totally fine considering how much value she can get on that flank. But then the Electro Dragons now, take a look at those chains as soon as he's getting closer to this Town Hall compartment. The chains around this Town Hall are just incredible. And that's always kind of the problem for the base builders, where they have to kind of decide what they're trying to defend. Electro Dragons are not that common in the pro scene, so a lot of people are not trying to defend them too well. And take a look at the chains. He's chaining everything around this Town Hall. The Tornado Trap is there, but it's already way too late, considering that now at this point there is some damage being done, but at the same time, you can see how tanky those Electro Dragons are, so the Town of Poison isn't even the biggest problem for them, with at the back end, no damage being left, and such a wonderful breakdown of the base from Musk. I think one of the best attacks which we have seen today when it comes down to creativity. Yes, we have seen many cool Lalo attacks and everything, but I feel like Lalo is just getting a little more default kind of for a lot of those players. Thinking out of the box, I think, is something which is really appreciated and just looks cool overall. So really wonderful attack from Musk, from Strut, and that means base just getting completely smashed.
Yeah, brilliant job. And hey, I wanted to break that attack down as well. I was just thinking, man, Mask is such a strong player. And to break it down with Lightning, Queen Charge, E-Dragons, fantastic use case for that base. But talking about breakdowns, let's break down the leaderboard, where all the groups stand. And let's take a look at this. We have Group 1, Tribe Gaming leading up at 2-0 right now. Strut at 2-0 as well, with RVNT right behind. And Chazmac, unfortunately, has that one loss we got against Strut there. Space Station Gaming and Group 3 is up at top at 2-0. And War and Glory is sitting at 0-2. That is going to really hurt, unfortunately. And MS Esports is at 1-2, with Bittertron and Bazinga both tied at 1-0. So is there any teams that are surprising you right now in this group stage, Itsu?
I'm not sure if really surprising, but I'm just impressed by a couple of those teams with how good they are. Like RVNT, Strut. I mean, even Strut, 15 stars on average in 2 matches already.
Wow.
That is just crazy to me. Really strong performance overall. Otherwise, SSG, I mean, they're as strong as usual. 14 and 15 stars is really impressive. And I mean, so far they were not really able to get really far into those qualifiers for the golden ticket. The same thing with Tribe. I mean, they were not really in any of those golden ticket qualifiers so far for ClashWorlds, and right now they're performing, so they have to make this chance count and get this golden ticket. But at the same time, there's just so many good teams in this one.
Yeah, there's an incredible amount of teams as well. Savage Esports, they're 0-2. If you're wondering who Savage Esports is, That's Absolute Zero, who just recently got signed by Savage Esports, so they're trying to make it as well, but unfortunately, sitting at 0-2 is going to really be hurting there. But we do have 3 more matches to come tomorrow. Yes, we're going to have 3 more matches tomorrow in the group stage, and then after tomorrow is when we are going to find out all the teams, the top 8, that will be advancing to the double elimination playoffs the next weekend, and that's where the prize money is starting to be distributed, and eventually the golden ticket to first place, Itsu.
That's right. I cannot wait to see how the next couple of matches are going to turn out with, as we have just mentioned, so many good teams being part of this tournament. And
yeah,
we have seen 16 teams getting to this stage. We have had 16 teams getting incredible scores overall. It's all about who is more consistent, who can outsmart their opponent better, and who is ahead of the meta. Like, for example, I mean, we have to mention them kind of often, but I mean, that's what they deserve. Strat. Everyone running anti 2-star style bases with box, with legend style bases, ring bases, all of those bases. Strat running the anti 3-star style bases and having great success versus different teams. And their offense is, I mean, we know the offense. So really impressed by that, and I cannot wait to see how this trend is going for tomorrow.
Yeah, indeed. Cannot wait for that. But that's going to be wrapping up for day number 1 here in the group stages. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream of all the 3 wars. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at the same time at 12 p.m. UTC for the second day of the group stages to find out the top 8 will be advancing to the playoffs and trying to get that golden ticket. But hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Clash on.